There we are. Jeremy and Chris.
Twisted Hooks, how y'all doing?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Twisted Hooks Tavern Tuesday. We are
Jeremy
and Chris,
Twisted Hooks
fishing team.
That's right.
That's right. We are here as a voice for the normal kayak angler. We want to help with kayak setups. We want to help you do what we know how to do and what
we know what not to do.
Not to do. That's right.
Yeah.
And talk about just general stuff that helps us all be better kayak anglers.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right to that.
Yeah.
So normally at this time in the show, we do a cheers. So
if you're on, where are you watching from? What you drinking?
That's right. Do a cheers with us, my brother.
My brother.
I kind of came in there last second.
Slid
in sideways because I had a call from my doctor having a little bit of problems with some medications that I got going on, and been waiting on him to call me all day, and he calls me at 6:58.
Oh,
so
yeah. At least he called you.
He did. Yeah, at least he called, right? Thank you, Doc, for calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Timing was epic, but hey, at least he called, right?
Yeah. Adjust this.
All right.
Weird shadow on our stuff in the front.
Some weird shadow. What's up, Ryan? Hey, Melinda. Cheers. Taylor, you can't cheers yet. Well, you can cheers on like a soda pop.
Soda.
Or ice water or sweet tea or something.
It's a little better.
No adult beverages for Tay-Tay. Unless mom or dad says, okay. How's that work?
Mobetta
Blues?
Yeah.
Mobetta.
All right. We are still waiting on our guest to come in. He's not quite dialed in here yet.
We're kind of excited to have Dr. Gary Nesty on the show this week. He is the owner, CEO of SolarBat Sunglasses.
Boo.
How you like that?
Yeah.
Our newest pro staff, right?
Yeah.
Latest.
Yep.
Pro staff. And it's going to be really cool to talk to him and see what makes him tick. You know what I mean? So while we're doing that and kind of hanging out for a little bit.
He just texted me. When are you going to send me the link? I'm like, I sent it from our Twisted Hooks account, not my personal account. Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So how many of you guys out there know Rip Lipsman and got to see him so far?
Taylor says, I got milk.
She's got milk?
Yeah.
Well, you can cheers to milk. I mean, hey.
We got a Corey Whitchurch saying salute.
Salute. How do you do?
Whitchurch. I said that wrong. Whitchurch.
How you doing, Corey?
Oh, Lord.
Let us know where you're from, man.
Hold on. Go ahead and just,
This is the best damn kayak podcast ever.
We try.
We try to be, anyways.
We try.
So, I don't know if you guys out there have heard of Rip Lipsman or not.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
No.
You look a lot like him, though.
I mean, they say we could be brothers.
Yeah. Look a whole lot like him. Except for he's got this long kind of blonde hair.
I don't have any hair.
And, he's kind of full of himself a little bit, but that's okay. I'm just teasing.
I mean, he thinks he's the best damn thing around.
I'm just teasing. But that guy can catch some fish. No doubt about it.
I mean, he won two-time champ.
That's right. That's right. He is 2-time champ on the Barbie pole challenge. So, Ryan, how in the world did y'all break your rod and reel?
Yeah, he's never answered that question. And he never said like how it was broke.
No.
Did it break in half? Did you just like break the drag and you couldn't reel? Like, what the crap?
Quincy, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Fished with camo.
Right on.
That's cool. We didn't catch a darn thing, Ryan says.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't when you got a broke pole.
I mean, I would have been throwing a line in there somehow. I don't care if it was just 6 inches long with the if I still had a reel, I'd have been fishing.
I mean, and I've heard of people like, rolling it up on their arm and like slinging it out, you know what I mean? And then rolling it up on their arm. But you still.
It's called hand casting.
That's right. How'd you guys break your rod and reel? We got to know the answer to this. Please let us know. So yeah, we had we're kind of going just kind of weird with it tonight. Taylor's the string pulled away from all the way out. Mine quit reeling. Wow.
String pulled all the way out and quit reeling. I'd have just tied it to the dang pole and started. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm going to figure something else out, I guess. Got to figure out how to get my phone on here because he seems to only be able to call.
Oh, okay.
So
we'll keep rolling.
I don't even know where the auxiliary cable's at.
Well, I have never ever heard of. Melinda says hers was just fine. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, she just quit.
Yeah, hers was fine. No, Melinda was still fishing, and then
she didn't catch nothing.
Well, I mean, at least she was fishing. And then Taylor says it died. Hers died. Her string pulled all the way out. Wow. Well, Corey, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the show or not, but, and I don't mean disrespect you if you have been. I just don't know. Typically, Jeremy is the one that's manning the computer, and I'm over here just talking. But what we had this past weekend was a Barbie pole or a kiddie pole challenge, meaning you had to go to Walmart or if you had something like that, 30 inches, the little kiddie pole type of deal. That's the only thing that you were able to fish with in this tournament this past weekend.
I actually found a 36-incher.
Did you now?
That I had bought for Amanda.
Uh-huh.
And guess who was on the cover, the packaging with the rod?
Rips Lipsman.
The Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
That's why it was bigger than all the others.
Oh, I got you.
True story.
But yeah, Corey, that's all we were able to fish with this past weekend was just the kid pole. Okay. So when I first started out at 7 a.m., I'm like, I can't cast this cotton picking thing. And after about 15 minutes of playing with it, I started figuring it out. And then I was able to cast with it. And I was able to hook into a couple of fish, but I wasn't able to get them in because, I mean, if you guys know, it's hard to catch up to a fish with that little bitty reel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and our screen's frozen. This is working out great.
Yeah, like a Spider-Man pole, Corey. Yep, exactly. Like a Spider-Man or a Frozen pole or, Barbie pole or something like that. Anything like that. That's the only things we're allowed to fish with this past weekend.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
give him a call.
My girlfriend Shannon caught her first fish this past Saturday.
So he should be coming in. We should be here. Aha! Caller one.
Oh,
Gary, can you hear us?
hello.
Gary, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Hey,
All right. So we are now joined by audio by Mr. Dr. Gary Nesty from SolarBat.
hey, how you doing?
Where's the? All right.
How you doing, Doc?
Doing fine. Glad for the invitation for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come out here and talk with us a bit.
Yep. Yeah, I had a busy day at the office today, at the optometry office.
I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah. I got to do a little bit of fishing this morning. On Tuesdays at the optometry office, I work from 1 o'clock till 7. So I took my grandson fishing this morning.
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking about maybe fishing a tournament Thursday evening, so we went and did a little bit of pre-fishing this morning.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Well, we had a couple keepers and lost a keeper and caught a short fish, and my grandson missed 3 or 4 fish.
Well, it's better than nothing.
This lake is it's pretty good fishing. It does have a 16-inch size limit.
Right.
So they got to be a pretty good fish to be a keeper.
Right.
But it's I think we're going to go up Thursday evening and fish the tournament. They have a Thursday evening deal that runs from 5:30 to 9:30, and they just got to start it last week. The state of Indiana didn't have any lakes closed for fishing. You could go fish.
That's good.
What the state, to have a tournament, you have to get a permit from the state. And until about a week ago, the state canceled all the permits.
Oh, wow.
So that's how they kind of stopped tournaments.
What about
You don't have to have
virtual?
a tournament, I think, if you have more than 15 boats. So there were still some small tournaments going on because they didn't have to have a permit. But the tournaments that sometimes or oftentimes do have more than 15 boats, they have to have a permit, and the state just canceled all the permits. I guess it was probably until about the middle of June.
Did they have to have a permit if they were doing like a virtual captain's meeting and a virtual weigh-in?
Well, no, I don't think they would have to do anything permit-wise for that. But if you actually, were getting together as a group, launching your boat, and having a weigh-in at the ramp,
right,
then the state requires that you have a permit to do that. And it's a real headache because lakes in Indiana, the state of Indiana has put limits on the number of boats that you can have in a tournament. That limit varies depending on the size of the lake. And so consequently, if you're a pretty good sized tournament trail and you have 100 boats typically in your tournaments,
right.
If you go to a lake that has a 100 boat limit, if somebody's got a tournament with 20 boats and they've already got a permit for that day, you can't get the permit.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
So it's a real, basically what happens, the Department of Natural Resources in Indiana has a day set aside every year, and all tournament directors have to go that day. And you kind of bid and jockey and so forth for tournament dates. Which is a real headache for the tournaments in Indiana.
Sure.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have a lot of tournaments in Indiana. There's a lot of people don't realize what a bass fishing state Indiana is.
Sure.
But there's a lot of bass fishermen in Indiana. I used to be a member of the Indiana Bass Federation. That's back before BASS and FLW split the federation up, back when it was the BASS Federation.
Right.
And I was probably a member of that for, I don't know, 15 years. And up until the last couple years that I was a member of the federation, the state of Indiana had the largest federation in the United States.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's surprising.
Back when I was fishing, you know, to make the state and to move on up the ladder in the tournaments, federation tournaments, we were by far the biggest federation. Finally, then, after a number of years, Texas passed Indiana. And then we were number 2 for a number of years.
Do you primarily bass fish, or do you fish for the other species?
I fish occasionally for bluegills. If I want some fish to eat, I'll fish for bluegills. But I typically 90% of the fishing I do is for bass.
Right on.
Absolutely. Well, you kind of started going into, as you started talking, you were going into some of the questions that we had. So that's actually perfect. So, you know, what got you, were you, as a kid, did you get into fishing as a kid? What got you into fishing?
Yeah, the county that I live in is Clay County in Indiana. And Clay County is a coal mining county. It was named Clay County because we had a lot of brick factories, because when you're strip mining coal, the first layer that they came to was clay. So they would open up a strip mine, and they would get the clay and send it to the brick mills and make bricks out of it. And then after they got through the clay, then they go down and they get the coal. So Clay County, Indiana is just covered with strip pits. I always tell people, if you looked at an aerial map of Clay County, it would look like a piece of baby Swiss cheese. It's just got strip pits everywhere. So when I was growing up, I had a couple uncles. One uncle fished a lot in the river, and another uncle had some property with strip pits on it. So I remember one of my oldest memories is I was probably 5, 6 years old. One of my uncles took me fishing, and I caught a goggle eye. And golly, I brought that home and drug it all over the neighborhood, showing people the fish I'd caught.
Heck yeah.
And I kind of fished off and on until I got in high school. And then I got a couple friends who really liked fishing as well. So I started fishing a lot more seriously, and got even more serious about it when I was in college. And while I was in college, I started painting and refurbishing some baits, and also started building some fishing rods and repairing fishing rods. Cool. And I actually had a little business while I was in college. I went to Indiana University, and the lake near Indiana University is Lake Monroe.
Right.
And Lake Monroe was a fairly new impoundment when I was in college. And there was a guy down there that had a bait shop. His name was Dick Shedd. And Dick Shedd at the time also fished some BASS tournaments. So he had a lot of friends who fished BASS, and I got to hanging out down there, and I told Shedd that I repainted baits and repaired rods and all that. So every Wednesday night I'd go down to his bait shop and pick up some baits and rods and so forth, and bring them back and work on them and repair them and repaint them, and then take them back down to him the next Wednesday.
That's pretty cool.
And it was really neat because he fished bass, and Monroe was pretty hot back then, and he had friends that fished bass. So you might go down there on a Wednesday night, and Billy and Bobby Murray might be there.
Right on.
And I saw several famous fishermen there because they knew Dick, and he'd told them how good the fishing was on Monroe, and they would be in the area, maybe doing seminars or whatever, and they'd come down and go fishing with him. So, and then I progressed after that, got out of college and within a year or so bought my own bass boat and started doing some fishing. And then a few years after that, me and a couple friends of mine decided that we'd start a bass fishing club, because back at that time, there weren't a lot of tournaments to fish.
Sure.
If you wanted to fish tournaments, you pretty much had to have a club that had club tournaments. So we started that tournament organization, fishing club in Clay County, and started doing that, which that got me involved in the federation. We become a federation club, and got me involved in the tournaments to make the state team and to fish in the federation tournaments and so forth. And then I started fishing other tournaments as well. And don't do much tournament fishing now, just because it seems like I just don't have the time now. But the last tournament trail that I fished was a team tournament trail called the Indiana Seniors. You had to be 50 years old to fish. And the last 4 years I fished that tournament trail, my partner and I were points champions 3 out of the 4.
Oh wow,
that's impressive.
And it was a lot of fun.
That's impressive. Yes, sir.
And a lot of good fishermen in that seniors organization. One of the fishermen is Mark Dove, and Mark's fished the Classic 3 times, qualified for the Bassmaster Classic 3 times through the Federation. Dean Starkey fished that tournament trail, and Dean was a Redman All-American winner. As a matter of fact, I think Dean won the Redman All-American twice, I believe. I think he was, at one point in time, was the only guy ever to win it twice. So there was a lot of good fishermen in there. I fished with a really good fisherman. I fished with Terry McWilliams, and Terry had qualified for the Bassmaster Classic as well. And finished 4th, actually. Another guy that fished it was Wes Thomas. Wes Thomas fishes it all the time, and Wes was on the Fuji team, fished the FLW tournament trail for a number of years on the Fuji team. Wow. So a lot of good fishermen there. Indiana's produced some pretty good fishermen.
Sounds very much like it. Yes, sir.
And my problem is, it's not that I'm too busy to fish tournaments. It's that I'm too busy to commit to fishing a tournament trail.
Right.
You know, I can fish a tournament every now and then, but to
a wildcat or something like that.
And, you know, to get a partner and say, okay, you know, like the seniors, there's 6 tournaments a year in a classic. To commit to fishing 6 tournaments in a classic, I'm just too busy to do that now. It seems like as sure as I do something like that, something would come up on that particular day, and I wouldn't get to fish, and I just don't want to do that to a partner. So I just kind of bowed out.
Yes, sir. We understand that.
Sure.
I also fished when for the number of years that I was an associate sponsor of FLW. 3 of those years I fished on the co-angler side. So I fished those FLW tournaments as a co-angler.
How'd you like doing that? Not being the guy in control of the boat.
Well, I liked it a lot the first year I did it, and I still kind of liked it the second year I did it.
Right.
The third year I did it, it was a pain in the neck because it's just not fun not being in control.
I mean, if you and your partner aren't exactly on the same page, it can be frustrating.
Yeah, you know, the pro in the front of the boat, when he's in an area, whatever technique he's using, it's going to be the best for that area. So what you got to do to try to figure out a way to catch fish behind him is to kind of try to come up with something off the wall.
Right.
And hope it works. And to do well in the tournament, you got to have 3 good draws.
Yes, sir.
But I was a different kind of a co-angler, because my purpose in fishing as a co-angler was not to do well in the tournament, although I think I made a check about 50% of the time. But my job, the reason I wanted to do it was I wanted to do some in the boat, firsthand field testing.
Field testing.
Watch these guys, watch what they're doing, watch what they're looking for, what they need to see. You know, what kind of a tent is going to make them see it better. What kind of frame is going to perform the best for them. Those kind of things. That's really the reason I was there, not to catch a bunch of fish and weigh in about. And I tried hard. I would like to do that.
Sure.
But, I always told my angler when I met him before we went out, I said, you know, you're gonna like me as a co-angler because I'm not going to be out there competing with you trying to catch more fish than you. I'm going to be trying to learn different techniques,
right?
What you need vision wise to do what you're trying to do, those kind of things. So really it is, SolarBat is really a situation where I was determined to spend the time and put forth the effort and work with the pros and really develop some glasses that would do what needed to be done for fishing. You know, unlike a lot of other companies, you know, oh, we make fishing glasses. Well, they make fishing glasses because they're polarized.
Right.
But what we try to do is have tints that other companies don't have that actually improve your performance on the water. We try to have frames that will perform well. You know, I always tell people it's very simple to build a fashion frame and go into the fashion market.
Sure.
Because let's face it, you put them on in the morning to drive to work and you put them on after work to drive home.
Yes, sir.
They don't have to be real comfortable. You know, it's more of a style thing. And the tough thing about the fashion market is you can build a mold and 6 months later it's obsolete and you got to start over again.
Yes, sir.
But when you're talking about a fisherman, you're talking about somebody that puts these sunglasses on at sun up and takes them off at sundown.
Yeah, wear them.
So they got to fit, they got to feel good, and they got to stay up on your face. And that's what makes it tougher to do. And that's what was good about being out in the boat with 6 times a year for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Well, but that was exactly the question. How did an optometrist like yourself start focusing his energy into a fishing product? So you kind of went into that. So that's great.
I had read an article about, I guess, when SolarBat first came out, and you had just released, the lines of prescription lenses. It was, I guess, the challenge was the fact that the lenses were curved, and you had to figure out how to make a curved prescription lens that didn't throw your vision askew.
Exactly, and that took some trial and error and took some work. And most companies that I think they're probably starting to catch up a little bit now, but back for the first, let's say, 10 years that I was doing prescription,
right?
Most companies that did prescription in glasses that wrap around your head, their success rate was about 70-75%. And through working out a system on how to do this, we actually got our success rate up to about 98%. And it's as a matter of fact, there's a lab that I use in Indianapolis with my optometry practice, and they actually build our prescription lenses for us according to my specifications. But they asked me one time, they told me one time, they said, you know, we got a brand new computer program up here that you send us the prescription, the regular prescription, and we run it through the computer and it'll design the lenses and they'll work perfect in wrapped sunglasses.
Really?
That's what this computer system is designed for.
Right.
And so I had 4 or 5 people that agreed that they would test it for me. So I sent their prescriptions up and they had the computer design the lenses. And of those 4 or 5 people, ever how many they were, none of them could wear them.
Really?
Yeah. They that nobody could wear them.
Wow.
They all went back to what I designed for them and what I came up with.
Well, that's a testament to your product, huh?
So it really it took a few years to get it nailed, but we pretty much got it nailed. It used to be that we had a pretty tight range on what prescriptions we could do, and as we progressed with refining this system, we've pretty much doubled the range now. There's still some that we can't do. And the reason we can't do it, I don't think, is necessarily because my system wouldn't work, but it's because all the frames we do have a rather large lens. And if your prescription's really strong, then in that large lens,
Right.
it becomes too thick for you to wear. It's just too thick and heavy to wear.
Well, that's understandable.
So, but yeah, we've been pretty successful with prescription. Of course, that was being an optometrist and also being a person that wears prescription. That was one of the things I definitely wanted to do. I wanted to have a way, a formula so that I could make wrapped sunglasses work with a prescription.
It sounds like you've done a pretty damn good job, because everyone we've talked to says that your stuff is the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Bill McDonald had nothing but good things to say about you and the SolarBat sunglasses.
Yeah, I've known Billy since the time we started SolarBat sunglasses. I mean, he was one of the guys. Billy McDonald and Terry McWilliams in Indiana are the two guys that really put SolarBat on the map.
He said to tell you hi, by the way.
Oh yeah. He's been a friend, and his brother Mike McDonald, who was a Ranger rep for years and years, a good friend of mine, and Billy's just a top-notch fisherman as well as being a great guy. Billy's I don't see how Billy keeps up with everything he's doing right now. I mean, he's working nonstop, almost just around the clock, I think.
We had him on the show last week, and that man is a wealth of knowledge.
Oh yeah. Well, one thing that makes Indiana fishermen good when we fish outside of Indiana is, even though Indiana's got a lot of fishermen, we've got pretty lousy places to fish. It's tough to fish in Indiana. It's the lakes are really difficult to fish. So it's kind of one of those things. If you can catch fish in Indiana, you can go about anywhere and catch fish.
He said that there was like 4 fish, and everybody just took turns catching it.
Right.
That's kind of the way it works. That's kind of the way. And the other thing is it's so difficult in weekend tournaments because the lakes are so crowded with jet skis and skiers and pleasure boaters, and it's just hard to fish. That's one nice thing why I enjoyed that seniors tournament trail so much, is because they had tournaments on Wednesdays, and you could go to any given lake in Indiana, and a 5-fish limit, it might take anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds to win the tournament.
Right.
And then go to that same lake on the weekend when all the skiers and boaters and everybody's there, and
10 pounds.
8-9 pounds to win. So it's we just don't have, Lake Monroe is the largest lake in Indiana, and it's a little over 10,000 acres.
Wow, it's a good size. I don't remember what Gunnersville is. Isn't Gunnersville like 17,000 or something like that?
Right.
I don't
and
remember.
then you got Patoka, the second largest, is 9,000, and then from there on out, it's 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 acres, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And it's and a lot of the lakes, for example, the lake I fished this morning, Raccoon Lake, it's about 3,000 acres. But the Corps of Engineers, it's flood control, and the Corps of Engineers in the wintertime, they draw that lake down to, I bet you that lake in the wintertime is only about 800 or 900 acres.
Wow.
So, you know, all that lake's going to support is what 800 or 900 acres can support in the wintertime.
Exactly.
And then you draw that back up to about 3,000 acres, and then you got those fish scattered all over the place.
That makes things hard.
It just makes it tough. It just makes for tough fishing. But at any rate, a lot of people do it anyhow. I guess Indiana people like to beat their head against the wall.
I think that's people everywhere.
Yeah, we do that down here in Alabama too a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I've fished some in Alabama. Of course, I guess I know we had a few tournaments down there.
FLW.
When I was fishing the FLW. There was one of those M1 tournaments that was down there on Mobile, and I qualified for that and fished it as a co-angler.
I've never fished that far south. I bet that's cool.
And it was, I fished an interesting story. The second day I drew Tommy Biffle, and Tommy Biffle and Billy McDonald's good friends with Tommy too, and Billy would verify this. Biffle only knows two speeds, and that's idle and wide open. I don't care if you're looking at a barge wake coming up. I mean, Tommy knows idle and wide open. But we were up in a canal or whatever down there at Mobile, and we were coming out of the canal, and he had kind of misjudged the time, and he was worried about making it in time to weigh in. And he come to this 90-degree turn, and we were making the 90-degree turn, and the nose dropped down and caught the water, and we spun out.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't sound good.
I mean, we didn't do a 360. We ended up doing a 360. We did probably about a 270, and then he just shoved the throttle down and brought it on around the 360 degrees, and we kept right on going.
Really?
And
surprised it didn't throw you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was hanging on pretty tight. And Biffle looked over at me and he said, "You ever done that before?" And I said, "No." And he said, "You'll never be able to say that again, will you?"
Nope. Probably not.
Just as dry as he could be. It just like, he kept going like nothing even happened.
Right.
But I actually drew, I think I drew out with Biffle twice. And Biffle at that time was a SolarBat wearer. But I fished with a lot of the good ones. A lot of the good ones that I would like to have drawn out with and fished with, I never got the opportunity. I always would have thought it'd be neat to draw out and fish with Fritz, Larry Nixon, all those guys that I never drew out with. But a bunch of them I have fished with, and a bunch of them I learned a lot from, and not necessarily learned. I learned a lot about fishing when I was out the boat with them, but I also learned a lot about what I needed to do to design frames and lenses.
Right. So I had a question for you. How did you come up with or create the name SolarBat?
Well, I was the first really, really good friend I had in the fishing business was Tom Mann Jr. And Tom really inspired me to get into the sunglass business. And of course, I wanted to build a really rugged pair, and I wanted to build lenses out of an optical quality polycarbonate material. And I designed the optics for that. And it was the most impact resistant material on the market at that time. Still is. There's some others that are equal to it in impact resistance, but at the time it was far and above glass or plastic, either one. And we started kicking names around, and Tom's suggestion was armadillos, which I really didn't care very much for that.
Yeah.
But,
they're everywhere down here.
Yeah. So my wife works with me at the optometry office, and we got up one morning and we were getting ready, and we'd been struggling with a name. And when I on strip pits, there's a lot of bats in Indiana around strip pits. And when you're out fishing on a strip pit and the sun starts getting low, the bats will come out. And when they, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but they'll swooping at the tip of your rod and they're swooping at your bait in the air.
Yes, sir.
And they're just a blooming nuisance.
Right.
A friend of mine one time, he decided we was going to go out one evening and he took a shotgun with him. He was going to shoot the bats.
Wow.
You can't shoot a bat.
I mean, it's not very easy.
They dart around too much and they're so small and everything. He never did shoot one of them. But anyhow, I always hated it when bats came out at night and were swooping around. And so it just hit me that morning. I told Lisa, I said, we ought to name these something about bats, because every fisherman knows about bats and they know they come out at night and they're a nuisance when the sun's getting low and they're swooping at your bait and your rods and everything. And I told her, I said, and it just hit me. I said, what we need to do is we need to call it SolarBat. And then our slogan needs to be, our logo needs to be a bat with a pair of sunglasses on. And then our slogan needs to be, now I can fly in the sun.
Right.
And it just kind of hit me that one morning.
That's how great things do. Yep.
Yeah.
It gets it. A lot of shows I go to, at least initially when people had not heard of SolarBat at all, that bat logo got a lot of attention. You know,
I bet.
they said, well, look at that. What's it? There's a bat with sunglasses on. Isn't that something?
Right.
So at any rate, it just kind of hit me out of the blue that morning, just because I always get aggravated when bats come out when I was trying to fish on the strip pits.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier about SolarBat and how it kind of differs from other things, but would you mind going into a little bit more detail on what makes SolarBat a little bit different from the other guys?
Well, you know, there's a lot of sunglass companies out there that make quality products, that make optical quality products. And, you know, what I always tell people is optical quality is optical quality. You can't get 2 times optical quality. If it's optical quality, it's optical quality. So
right. It's either that or less, right?
Right.
Right. And you know, Costa Del Mar makes optical quality lenses, Oakley, Maui Jim. And I always tell people, and a lot of their frames, they build their frames out of the same material I build my frames out of. So, I mean, they're using the finest frame materials, they're using the best optics, and so am I. So from that standpoint, we're equal. But what I do is I've got tints that no one else has got. And that's what I try to specialize in. For example, and one of the guys that helped me more than anybody, period, in designing product. And we became great friends, and that was Guido Hibden. Guido Hibden was I think one of the best fishermen ever. And Guido Hibden was definitely one of the nicest guys ever. And Guido and I worked really hard on designing some tints that no one else. I tell you a little story. People don't know this about Guido Hibden, but just to show you how good he was. And I guess this was probably back in the early 90s. There were actually 3 national tournament trails, and all 3 of these tournament trails were tournament trails that all the big names fished.
Sure.
I mean, Gary Klein fished them, Rick Clunn fished them, Tommy Biffle fished them, Roland Martin, everybody Hank Parker, everybody that was a nationally recognized pro fished all 3 of these tournament trails. And that was the BASS, of course. And then at that time, Redman had a national tournament trail they called the Golden Blend. And then there was another tournament trail that actually only lasted about a year because the guy was a crook. And I think the final tournament of the year, he took off with all the money didn't pay any prize money out. But at any rate, I forget exactly what the name of that was, but there were 3 tournament trails. And that one year, and I can't remember what year it was, maybe 90 or 91 or 92, something like that. Guido Hibden was the angler of the year in all 3 tournament trails.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He was #1 person in all 3 of those tournaments. So he didn't just beat everybody in BASS. He beat them all in all 3 tournament trails in 1 year.
That's amazing.
That's how good he was.
Wow.
That's how outstanding Guido Hibden was. I don't think anybody has got a credential that would compare to that.
I mean, nowadays that'd be pretty hard just because of the number of tournaments that these guys are doing in any specific series.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even if you're a multiple series in anything, that's impressive.
Very much.
I mean, just to win one is impressive.
That was back in the day when all 3 of those trails, I actually wanted every one of them guys fishing all 3 of those trails. Now they don't do that. They put their tournaments on top of each other, so you got to choose.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right.
But back then, they arranged the tournament trail so that you could fish all 3 of the tournament trails because they wanted all those big names in every one of their tournaments.
Yes,
but
sir.
anyhow, that was an unbelievable accomplishment, and not a lot of people know about that. Not a lot of people know that he was a points champion in all 3 trails. But at any rate, and this was back in the mid 90s. We started SolarBat in 94, and this was probably in about 95 or 96, maybe. I told Guido, I said, I want to design the tent, the best sight fishing tent there ever has been.
Right.
I kind of thought I knew what the tent was going to be. And he said, well, that sounds great. And of course, at that time, he was and he still is considered the sort of the father of sight fishing. And at that time, he was the sight fishing guru.
Right.
And so he was the guy that helped me do it, you know. So I went over to his house, and the first thing we did, we went in his den, and he had some mounted fish on the wall. And he said, okay, he said, let me see the tent ideas you got. And he said, I'll just look at these bass on the wall through the tents and see which one I think is going to be best.
Right.
So I saved the mossback green until the last one. And he was saying, well, this one's better than that one, and so forth. And then I handed him the mossback green, and he looked at the fish and he said, you saved this one to last on purpose, did you? Yeah. He said, this is it. He said, you need to make these up in some glasses for me and let me get out on the water and try them.
Most definitely.
And so he got out he went to Table Rock, which was a good place to do it because it's clear water. And so he had some Hobies and he had some Costa Del Mars, and he got mine. And he found it was in the spring, he found some fish on the beds, and he would position the boat at all different angles and try all the different glasses on. And he called me up after spending a couple of days down there on the water, and he said, Gary, he said, that mossback's it. He said, this is it.
That's awesome.
He said, I could see the fish better with mossback than I could any of them. And so we started making it. And he loved that tent so much that I went to him about 3 years later, and I said, Guido, we need to start working on a new tent. And he said, you don't ever have to work on a new tent. He said, mossback's the best there ever was, best there ever will be.
Right.
So we started working on a tent that we call high contrast yellow. And to show you how hard-headed Guido was about how much he loved that mossback, it was the first tournament of the year was on Okeechobee down in Florida, the FLW.
I can't wait to go down there and
Dion
fish.
always would team practice. You know, they would get up, Stella would fix breakfast, and they'd go out on the water, and then they would, you know, say, well, I'll try this, you try that, so forth and so on.
Right.
And before that tournament, I'd come up with this high contrast yellow, and I sent Dion and Guido a pair of high contrast yellow. And so they go out fishing, and Dion, it's right before they're supposed to meet for lunch. And Dion goes up in this bay on Okeechobee, and Dion told me, he said, Gary, I had them high contrast yellows on, and there were fish on the beds everywhere in there. He said it was loaded with bed fish. So he said, of course, he wasn't going to try to catch any of them before the tournament. He was just, so he pulls out, moves to the designated area where Guido's supposed to meet him. And Dion said about 10 minutes after I pulled out and I'm sitting out there waiting on Guido, I see Guido go into that bay.
Right.
And he said Guido's in there about 10 minutes, and he comes out, comes over to meet him for lunch, and he pulls up to Dion and he says, man, he said, I thought that bay would be loaded. And he said, I didn't see any fish on the beds in there.
Wow.
And Dion said, are you wearing those glasses that Gary sent us? And Guido said, no. He said, I'm wearing my moss back. And Dion said, Dad, get over there with the high contrast yellows on. So Guido takes off, and he comes back about 10 minutes later with a sheepish grin on his face, and he said, they're all over the beds in there.
He was converted.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like it.
And that's the key to that high contrast yellow. And I don't know exactly what the light conditions were that day. At any rate, Dion called me up that night that it happened. He called me that night, and he said, you need to, when you come down here, you need to bring 2 more pair of those glasses with you, because me and Dad don't want to just have one pair in the boat. If we have to drop them in the water, we want to have a backup.
I'm sure different water conditions are going to play a big part.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What it is even on a bright sunny day, and it's very difficult to wear that high contrast yellow on a bright sunny day because it's a bright lens. But where it really shines, no matter what the light conditions are, is tannic water. And you will see fish with that high contrast yellow that you will not see with any other tint. Because that was one thing I learned. Of course, being from Indiana, I was not around much tannic water ever. And, you know, when you first look at tannic water, you think it's dirty. But it's not. It's like clear iced tea. It's just brown.
Right.
It's pretty clear water. But to get to see a fish or lay down or a rock or whatever in that kind of water, you got to have that high contrast yellow on to make it look bright and sharp to you.
Sure.
I was fishing at that tournament down there on Okeechobee, and my second day partner was a guy by the name of Jimmy Millsap. And Jimmy was about wearer, and it was a sight fishing tournament, of course, and he pulls in on this fish, or what he thinks is a fish, and he's wearing SolarBats, but he's wearing the amber lens, which, my opinion, with that brown tannic water, the amber lens is probably the worst lens you can wear because it's going to make it look more brown.
Right.
And he's up in the front of the boat, and I'm standing in the back of the boat, kind of with reeds all around me, and I can't do anything. But I'm standing in the back of the boat, and I got the high contrast yellow on. And I'm not kidding you. He spent 10 minutes
trying to catch a log.
He was fishing for a log. And finally, he turned around and looked at me and had kind of a silly grin on his face. He said, you know, Gary, he said, I'll be honest with you. I can't tell for sure whether that's a big bass or a log. And well, Jimmy, I said, just take those brown lenses off for a second and put these on. So he put them on, and it wasn't 1 second later, he turned around and looked at me, and he said, I've been fishing 10 minutes for a log, haven't I?
Right.
Yeah, I have. But, you know, I'm the co-angler. That's none of my business.
Right.
My job to coach. Well, it's illegal for me to coach the angler. You know, I'm not supposed to help him do anything except net his fish for him.
Right.
But yeah, he was fishing for a log, and I'm standing back there for 10 minutes, unable to fish, while the pro in the front of the boat's fishing for a log.
Right.
That was probably before all the smartphones and video cameras on your phone and everything. You could have just sat back there and recorded him and made fun of him.
Well, yeah.
So then what happened was I have the idea, then it kind of hits me. Well, actually, I went the next year. I went to an FLW, and I drew out with a guy by the name of Joel Richardson, and he told me we were up in New York. I guess that was the end of the year, and we were up in New York on plane, and he told me, he said, Gary, I'm going to be sight fishing this morning, and he said I want to get out I want to go to my sight fish pretty early. And he said, it's going to be hard to fish for him without the sun being up that good. It's going to be hard to see him. But he said, I'm just afraid other people have found them. So I don't want to waste time. So we go there. And he's a SolarBat wearer. And he's got on the mossback greens. And he's got the fish, you know, he's got them located. He knows where they're at. And we pull in on the first one. And it's in the shadows. It's in the shade. And he says, Gary, I just can't see. I can't see the fish. So I had a pair of high contrast yellow. I gave him those. I said, Joel, put them on.
Right.
And see what you can do. So he put the high contrast yellows on and he saw the fish and he caught the fish.
There you go.
And then he moves out. He moves down the bank a little bit and then he's out where the sun shines. And he said, and of course, it's clear water up there. It's not tannic, but he's out in the sunshine then. And he said, with a high contrast yellows on, he said, Gary, I'm having trouble seeing the fish. I said, put your mossback greens back on.
Right.
So he put his mossback greens back on and he caught the fish.
Blah, blah.
Right.
So he had the mossbacks on the lanyard. So I took the high contrast yellows and I put them on the lanyard and I said, here, hang both of them around your neck. When you're out in the sun, put the greens on. When you move into the shadows, put the high contrast yellow on.
Right.
So he started doing that. He was catching the fish off the beds. So it kind of hit me then. I thought, man.
I was going to say, is that where the idea came to make both in one lens?
Yep. I thought, you know, most guys aren't going to do that.
Right.
You know, when they move into the shadows, they're not going to get in their compartment, get their high contrast yellows on.
Exactly.
Back and forth. I need to figure out a way to get both of those tints in one lens.
There you go.
So we started working then with, at that time, Clark Wendlandt was with SolarBat. So we started working with Guido and Dion and Clark Wendlandt. And of course, Guido wasn't much help because he was still so hung up on mossback. He didn't want to try. But Dion and Clark were a big help. And what we had to work out was how far to bring down the mossback before we faded into the high contrast yellow and so forth. But we got that nailed.
That's cool.
We started producing that lens, which I actually was awarded a USA patent on that.
Heck yeah.
And a lot of guys couldn't use it. It was distracting to them to go in and out of those tents.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys did use them. As a matter of fact, I had a tournament trail out in California that a lot of those guys bought them, and they got to the point where they were calling them the magic lens.
I'm sure you got to train yourself to use them.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It was a unique and different product because it was two tints in one. And Dion told me a funny story once. He said when he was fishing shallow water for spawning fish or looking for non-spawning fish, but fishing shallows or looking whatever, he would wear the mossback gradient, and he would, when he thought he saw something, he'd raise his head up and down and look at it through both tints to give him a little different perspective on it.
Sure.
So he could line up on it better and everything. And he said I was doing that one time. And he said, my co-angler in the back of the boat said, Dion, are you feeling all right? And Dion said, well, yeah, why? What makes you think I'm not feeling right? And he said, well, your head keeps bobbing up and down.
Right.
He thought he was having some kind of a seizure or something.
Right.
But Dion told him, he said, no, he said, I just got this gradient lens on and I'm looking at it through two different tints. But then what was interesting that happened was I had some redfish guys down in
Florida,
down in southeast Florida and so forth.
Yeah.
And they wanted to try the gradient. So I sent them down some gradients to try, and they all, within 2 or 3 weeks, they got back with me and they said, you know, we can really see the benefit of these glasses, but we'd like for you to make them upside down.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
like the high contrast yellow to be at the top.
Right.
And I said, okay, how do you figure that? And they said, well, we're looking under the mangroves and so forth for redfish.
Right.
And you can't bend down to look under and raise your chin to hit the high contrast yellow.
Hmm.
We need to bend down and look up to hit the high contrast yellow. So I said, okay.
Makes
So
sense.
we started working on that. And after we kind of got nailed how far to bring down the high contrast yellow, I sent a pair of them down then to Tom Mann Jr. to test them because Tom was still living on Lanier at the time. And on Lanier, you do a lot of boat dock fishing. And so I sent them down to him to do a test. And usually when I'd send something to Tom to do a test, I'd wait a couple weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'd call him and find out what he thought.
Right.
And I sent him down those lenses. And in a week, he called me up and he said, Gary, this is the best dock fishing glasses I've ever had on.
Look at there.
He said, do you want to look under those docks or the doors on the docks or whatever into the shade? And you tilt your head down and everything brightens up. He said, they're the best dock fishing glasses that have ever been made.
I say I could
It's
kind of
awesome.
see the yellow being on top as an advantage for guys that wear the, the big hats or a brimmed hat or something, and that's where the shade is at. So they're trying to look at through the yellow part of the lens, but still
Yeah.
in the shade of their hat.
Right.
Yeah. So I always tell people that they say, which gradient's the best? Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're sight, then probably the regular gradient's the best.
Right.
If you're a pitcher, flipper, pitch boat docks, that
Yep.
kind of thing, then you want to get the inverted gradient.
Gotcha.
Right. Right.
And but what fishermen really need to realize is that if you're going to perform at your best level, and I think everybody will agree with this statement, you got to have some hand-eye coordination. You got to have some
Yeah.
Indeed. Yes.
casting ability and so forth. But still, when it comes down to it, fishing is about 80% visual sport. As a matter of fact, there's not many sports that aren't 80% visual.
Yeah, you got to pick the right spots to throw that lure or jig or
Right.
whatever.
You know, I mean, if you're Larry Bird and you blindfold him, he's not going to hit anything.
No.
You know, he's had a lot of natural ability shooting, but still, it was a visual sport. You got to be able to see the basket.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
And, and what a lot of fishermen fail to realize is, given the fact that it is a 80% visual sport, you need multiple pair of sunglasses because not every day is the same.
Yeah.
Not every lake has the same color water. Not every fish you're fishing for is the same color.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Largemouth are green, smallmouth are brown.
Yeah.
And if you're just like you wouldn't think of using a flipping stick to throw a Carolina rig or a spinnerbait,
Right.
let's say, or a crankbait. You got crankbait rods, you got spinnerbait rods, you got flipping sticks, you
Yep.
got Carolina rig rods, you got reel, finesse fishing, that kind of thing. You need multiple pair of glasses to meet all the situations that you might encounter.
Agreed.
If you're really serious about catching as many fish as you can catch.
Right.
And anybody out there that's a tournament fisherman knows, I mean, you know, I told you about my partner and I won the points champions 3 out of the last 4 years. One of the 1 year we didn't win the points champion, we missed it by 1 point.
Oh,
Now
Oof.
that means if something would have, if we'd caught one more
fish.
in one tournament.
Yep.
So how many times on the water in fishing a series of tournaments or in an individual tournament or whatever, how many times one fish would have
Made the
Well,
difference.
I got a good friend that just the other day, he finished 3rd place and he missed big bass by 0.2 of an ounce.
Yeah, that's a kick in the
And he
groin.
missed 2nd
Yeah.
place by 1/10 of an ounce. So if one of his fish would have weighed if his big bass would have weighed 0.2 of an ounce more, he would have won big bass in second place.
If it had ate a minnow before he got caught.
Right.
So, one fish can make a big difference.
Yes, sir.
And if it's an 80% visual sport, if by wearing the right pair of sunglasses, the right tint, under the given conditions, can cause you to catch one more fish at the end of the year, it may amount to a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the coolest things about SolarBat is that you know, on your performance series, you're not asking $300, $400 for these things like you can with other name brands of sunglasses. We'll just leave them nameless at this point. But you can get these different, performance glasses for $80. You know what I mean?
Right. That you hit it right on the head. I mean, basically, there's a lot of my competition out there that you could have 3 pair of SolarBats for what 1 pair of their glasses cost.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, sir.
And here's the whole key to the thing. I practice optometry. I'm from Brazil, Indiana, and Brazil, Indiana is a town of 8,000 people, and it takes me 10 minutes to drive to work in the morning.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I live out where I can't even see my neighbors.
I grew up in a town of 600 people up in northern Iowa, so I understand.
And I own 72 acres in the country.
That'd be
in
awesome.
nowhere land. They just paved my road 5 years ago. It was a gravel road up until then. And SolarBat is all on my property. I'm
Perfect.
not paying high rent anywhere. I'm not in Daytona Beach. My building glasses. In a high rent area. I'm not so consequently I can make the same quality product for less money.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Because I'm not paying big dollars out in rent and high overhead costs, high wages, all that kind of thing.
Right.
And I pass that on. And
We appreciate it.
I'll put my $80 pair of mossback green sunglasses up against anything any of my competitors make.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not going to tell you that the frames are better material because they're the same material.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you that the optics are better because there's optical quality, mine's optical quality.
Yes, sir.
But where I beat them is on the tints.
Right.
Is on the tints that actually will improve your performance. We do the same thing in golf. I got 2 tints for golfers that will make the contours and the grain stand out better than you'll see it with a naked eye.
Yeah.
I got a tint that we designed for tennis players. Every tennis player that buys a pair of them won't be without them.
See that little green ball a little better, huh?
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's what we specialize in. We specialize in trying to determine what colors you need to key in on and see the best to improve your performance. And then we build a lens that will enhance that color. The neat thing about mossback too is this. Not only does it enhance green, so you can see that bass better, but a green lens also bleaches out brown. So muddy water is going to look about 20% less muddy with a green lens on than it does with your naked eye. So if you bleach out that brown, then you're going to see a weed line in muddy water or a stump or anything like that. You're going to see a rock, anything like that. You're going to see better than you will with a naked eye. Now,
yes, sir.
If it's muddy water, the worst tint in the world you can put on is a brown lens, an amber lens.
Yeah.
Right,
It's going to make brown look muddier.
Yep.
So if you're in muddy water and you put on a brown lens and it makes it look 20% muddier, and you put on a mossback lens and it makes it look 20% less muddy, that's 40% swing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And that can mean an extra fish.
I'll tell you, we
2 or 3.
were bank fishing all day Saturday. I shouldn't say all day. We were bank fishing for the first part of the morning Saturday, and my wife asked if she could wear a pair of the promo glasses that we got sitting up here on the stage up here for the bar, and she must have said 50 times in 3 hours, I can't believe how good I can see these fish with these glasses.
Yep.
50 times. I mean, it was like every other minute she was telling me, I am sold on these glasses. Like, they are working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another story. O.T. Fears told me this one. And I don't remember who the other fisherman was, but the other fisherman was not wearing SolarBats. And O.T. was wearing mossback green SolarBats. And it was a sight fishing tournament, and they went out together pre-fishing.
Right.
And what O.T. said was, we took turns. I would drive the boat and idle, set at the seat, the steering wheel, and idle, and he would stand up front,
right,
and look for bedding fish. And he said, then we'd take turns. And he said, Gary, he said, I was sitting at the steering wheel, and I was seeing fish on the beds with my mossback green that he couldn't see standing in the front.
Oh, Lord.
He said, I was telling him. And he said, then I just kind of quit telling him. I thought, well, I'll just save him for myself. But he said we would go right by him and he wouldn't see him. And I'd say, you didn't see that fish on the beds? No, I didn't see it.
Me either.
And that was with O.T. sitting down in the seat.
Right.
So it really, I can't be emphatic enough. It really helps you see what a bass in shallow water if you're wearing the right tint for those given circumstances. It's just going to make you a better fisherman.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Gary, why don't you tell us what promotions and stuff you're running right now to get these people to click on this link that I put in the chat?
Well, right now we're winding down a promotion.
Aaron Martin's promotion?
And Aaron Martin's promotion. Aaron is one of the nicest guys in the world.
I've been promoting that. I've been sharing that, trying to get people to click on it. One, it saves them money, but two, 20% goes to a good cause and help that guy out. He may be a pro and he may make lots of money at some point, you know what I mean? But that stuff is life-threatening and expensive.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of health insurance he's got. Hopefully he's got good health insurance.
Right.
But health insurance doesn't buy meat and potatoes.
No, sir. And
you still got to feed your family. And a lot of, and Aaron's not like a fisherman. He's changed in the last few years in that he's gotten a lot more sponsors. But Aaron really was never that concerned about sponsors because he was so good. He won so much money. He lived off the money he won. Now that's kind of changed.
If you ain't fishing, you ain't making no money.
And so, and then also, we're obviously standing by Aaron 100%, but I don't know how many of those other sponsors may have said, hey, look, we guaranteed you, we said X amount of money a year, but it's in your contract. You got to be fishing so many tournaments a year. So I'm going to pull the plug on you, but we're not going to pay you as much. I don't know what that situation is. So he can use all the help he can use. I did get a text message from his wife, Leslie, just the other day. And she said that his chemo and radiation, the first go around, is over this Thursday.
That's awesome.
That's good.
So he's only got a few days left on his first round of treatment, and then I assume they'll do scans and all of that, and they'll decide where they go from there. Yeah. And she said that physically, Aaron was doing pretty well. He's still fishing and getting out and fishing and walking and exercising and so forth. it's not putting flat on his back. You know?
I mean, that's
So,
amazing because I've seen a couple family and friends go through it, and
she
kind of
did
destroys
allude to the fact that you know, anybody, if you've known anybody that's on high doses of chemo and radiation, they get a little bit of a brain fog.
Yep.
From the chemo, and she said he's a little bit forgetful, but I'm sure once the treatments are over, that's going to go away.
Well, that's good.
But he was in such good physical condition. I talked to him and just before he found out, and he was telling me that he had worked himself up to, he was running 33 miles a week and doing 1,000 push-ups.
Holy cow!
So he was in peak physical condition going into it.
That's 33 miles a week more than me.
Yep, and 1,000 more push-ups than me.
Yeah. The only reason for me to run anywhere is if my car's broke down.
Right.
But he was in peak physical condition, and he eats, you know, he just watches everything he eats, and he's so cautious about everything that I think he's got as good a chance of beating it as anybody could possibly have.
That's great.
But still, boy, when you're talking about brain cancer,
it's a whole nother story.
That's a tough go.
Yes, sir.
And so that promotion we've run for a little bit over a month now. And it will run through the weekend. I think it runs up till
23rd or something.
I think through the weekend. It was supposed to quit last night.
Oh, okay.
Or 12 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
But Hank Parker put up a video toward the end of next week, and on Hank's video, he announced that it was going to run all through the week after Father's Day.
Oh,
that's cool.
I
suckered you into it.
I told my daughter, I said, we better not shut it off Monday night. We're going to have some people that saw Hank's video. So we're still running it.
That's awesome.
And then when it goes off, we'll come up with some kind of a new promotion, and I'll let you guys know right away so that you can get the word out.
We sure appreciate that.
But we're excited about all the kayak stuff, and we're really, you know, one of the things we're doing now that we really started into this year, that's the kind of the latest and greatest thing that we've been doing, is the floating glasses.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And I don't know that there's any of my competition out there that's building any floating glasses.
I haven't seen any.
Neither have I.
They sell the things that attach to it, you know, that go around your neck, the lanyard or whatever that floats. But
there's one company that kind of builds the thing that looks like a bobber. It's kind of built into the temple. But the floating glasses that we've got is actually a conventional looking frame that floats. The other thing that we did was if your glasses fall off, or if you're going in your bass boat 60 mile an hour and they blow out, floating's one thing, but when you turn around and go back to get them, you got to be able to find them.
Got to be able to see them.
Right.
So that's the reason why we put a lot of chartreuse on the temples.
Gotcha.
And we're looking at some new designs right now. Probably sometime this year, or certainly before by the first of next year, we're going to bring out another floating frame, and we're probably also going to bring out a floating half rimless frame.
Nice.
And our floating frame, by the way, is also available in prescription. And so far, I've not built a prescription yet that didn't float. And I've built some pretty strong prescriptions.
Well, that's a hefty claim.
We're doing prescription in that frame, and they will float with prescription in it as well.
So I will tell you right
That's
here
awesome.
live on the show, I haven't sent you an email or anything about this, but I have been in contact with our dealer, the guy that we prefer to go to and we prefer to send people to if they're looking for kayaks or kayak accessories. And that's Tony Dean at the Kayak Store in Coleman, Alabama. And he has been looking at your stuff, and he should be letting me know here soon whether or not he wants to carry your guys' product in the store.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be great if he did, because we got a lot of people down in that area.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of people don't like, they prefer, they will buy sunglasses on the internet, but they prefer to go in someplace and try them on.
Yeah, I mean that's
Absolutely.
what people like to do.
And-
It's like shoes.
Yeah.
And Alabama is a great state for fishing, and it would be a great market to have him as a dealer,
Yes, sir.
so that you guys and SolarBat, whatever, if we got people in the area down there, we'd say, hey, go there. They got them, try them on.
That's
see what
it.
you think.
It's good having local people, you know, to go, hey, yeah, you know, if you like them, go there. You can put them on. You can try them on. You can see what they look like.
Right.
You know, another thing we're doing, and a lot of people think, well, that doesn't sound like anything for fishing, but we are now starting into the computer and gaming market.
Yeah.
With a lens that actually makes your eyes more comfortable when you're looking at a computer screen.
Right.
But
Got that
you know
blue
what?
tint.
More and more fishermen are spending an awful lot of time on that computer screen.
Yeah, they're doing that.
I'll tell you, I do it every day.
And it's these glasses are very affordable as well, and they do make a big difference. They do make your eyes feel more comfortable when you're looking at that computer screen. So, you know, I know a lot of guys are spending a lot of time on the internet. If they're going to a lake, they're looking at
I do a ton of research.
aerial photography. They're looking at they're doing all kind of research on the computer, so forth and so on. I know Jacob Wheeler, of course, you know, Jacob is from Indiana. He's from Indianapolis. I fished with Jacob.
I did not know he's from Indiana. I thought he was a Southern boy.
Oh no, he's from Indianapolis.
Wow.
Yeah.
It changes things.
Jacob grew up about 45 miles from me.
Right on.
As a matter of fact, Jacob wore SolarBats when he was fishing on high school teams and so forth.
Okay.
He started wearing SolarBats when he was about an 8th grader. And he quit wearing them when he started making the big time. And that was because he had some people, real good friends of his family, that got a job as marketing managers for a sunglass company. And they asked him if he would wear their glasses, which he couldn't turn them down because they'd been so good to him growing up. So got away from us. But yeah, I've known Jacob since he was probably in the 8th grade.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is amazing.
And I know Jacob spends a lot of time doing computer research before every tournament.
I mean, if you're not looking at depth charts and all that kind of thing to figure out, you know, like the part of the lake that can hold the fish where you think they're going to be at.
Right.
I mean, you're not one of those.
Yeah. I
Hey,
we're flying by the seat of our pants here.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it, and anytime, just give me a shout.
We thank you, sir. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night, sir.
Gary, good night.
So long.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Man, that was cool.
That was cool.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was COO cool.
You know, if I was in the front of the boat with some SolarBats on, looking at some fish, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and the guy behind me goes, "Man, you all right?
What are you doing?
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, huh?" I'd have been like, "Oh, yo, that's what you got to do to catch fish."
Right. You got to look up at the clouds. You got to look down at the boat. You got to look up at the clouds.
Tell me I wouldn't have been messing with the co-boater.
All day long.
Hey, bro, if you want to catch fish,
you got to look up at the clouds.
Huh? You got to hold your mouth right.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'd have done that all day long. All day long.
I'd have been like, oh, you didn't catch fish? Oh, well, you got
to look up at the clouds.
You got to do this.
And then look down at the boat. Look up at the clouds.
Oh.
That'd have been so much fun.
I'd have done it.
I'd
have done it all day until he figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been right there with you.
All day.
Yeah. Absolutely. And one of us had to have a video because this dude would have been puzzled as shit. He'd been like, what is going on with these guys?
Oh, we missed Tag and Tail's question because we had a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
He
Sorry
says,
about that.
"Can we ask Dr. Gary if he ever thought about making lenses for GoPros?" Sorry I didn't get to that before we got back and we're live again. But
yeah,
I will definitely email it to him.
Absolutely.
Or text. I'll text it to him because I got him on my messenger. That's a good damn question.
Yeah, where the hell was you at last week, Tag and Tail?
What? Where were you?
Last week, Tag and Tail. Was you Tag and Tail? Is that what you was doing?
He was tagging some split tail.
Yeah. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That was a really good conversation. The dude was like,
Ryan says maybe that's what I did wrong on Saturday.
Was what?
You aren't holding your head like this.
Oh,
you aren't. You got it like that. Yeah. Over here.
I thought he was going to say something about split tail.
Huh? No. That's what he did wrong on Saturday. He wasn't holding his fucking tongue right.
Well, that has nothing to do with your rod and reel, man. That has nothing to do with your rod and reel. So,
hey, Dr. Gary Nesty is super knowledgeable.
Very much.
He's all over it. He's a pioneer.
100%.
I was just trying to get him to be a little more exciting.
I mean, the dude was talking about.
He's passionate. He's passionate about it. We just ain't hearing the passion.
In the 90s. The late 80s, the early 90s, the mid 90s. So he's been in this game
30 years.
Then, you know what I mean?
30 years.
30 years. Yeah. So, I mean, tell me he ain't got knowledge.
Right.
I mean, so he's like.
And he's been fishing that whole time. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing with the rod.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, just talking. You're having a conversation on the phone with somebody. You ain't trying to be all energetic. So don't be hating on our guy.
Who's hating on the guy?
No one is.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
Like,
good.
You might have tuned in. And you've been like, these guys are just listening to some guy.
Well, we were.
We were, but he had a wealth of knowledge. And,
100%.
And,
they should have been listening too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tag and Tails is all about the tint, the yellow tint. He's like, what's that? What? Hey. What's the yellow tint for?
The high-vis yellow?
Yeah. What's the yellow tint for? And then, Gary answered his question. I didn't even have to ask it. Yeah. Gary went into it and he explained it. And so
that mossback green.
I know that you guys want energetic and us to be woo, but Gary is not that way, son. Gary's in the seniors. He's done this shit for too long. He knows what's going on. He's just going to give it to you. And he ain't going to give it to you
the way you want it.
Right.
But he's going to give it to you. You know what I mean? And
it's like Uncle Tom.
Yeah. And if you.
He's going to give it to you, but it ain't the way you want it.
Right. But I mean, it's knowledge. And knowledge will catch you fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean? Yeah.
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 He says, but man, for real, to have lenses for GoPros that could see in water like glasses. He says, I'm patting that shit right now.
Well, I mean, go for it.
I mean, get after it.
And then we'll put on some SolarBat glasses, glasses, and come out there and
we're still gonna catch fish where your GoPro is seeing.
Right. So I mean,
because your GoPro ain't got you ain't got a display up on your glasses that shows GoPros. So we're not there yet in technology.
And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna have different lenses that you change out on your GoPro for different situations and different
fish and different water conditions and
different, all that.
You're gonna start with one lens in the morning and then start change to another lens once the sun comes up and shit.
Tag and tail. You just have this big ass wheel that you mount to the front of your GoPro, and you just spin it around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
like a wheel.
Yeah, You remember those? What were those things that you used to look up at the sky?
That you take the picture and you're looking through the thing, the viewfinder thing.
Viewfinder, yeah. You just do that for a GoPro. Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
It
works.
It's awesome.
We're just picking at you, man. We're just picking at you.
Ryan says, "Me too. Me too." Well, I was trying to, didn't catch a damn thing. No bits or nothing. No bits. No bits. No. I guess that's short for bites.
It is.
And tried everything in my tackle box. Well, I fucking doubt it.
Did you take your tackle box?
I mean, your tackle box is huge. I've seen it. I've added to it. Now, there's no way you tried everything.
Hold up. Is this the same rod and reel that you started with at 7 and said at 703 was broke?
The Barbie. Yeah. The Barbie pole. Did you set the hook on a monster bass and it break? Or did you break it so I can just sit down and not fish? I mean, I gotta know.
We'll wait.
Tackle says, some days I wish it was called catching also.
Agreed.
Yeah. You'll get them next time, bud.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah, we say that all the time. It's called fishing and not catching. Yeah. There's a lot of days we go out and we don't catch nothing.
Right. And we're just fishing and we're not catching. Yep. That's an old Southern thing.
Oh, he says it'd be cool if you're editing. I understand that. I agree.
Agreed.
I have lenses that pop on and off for sun and water and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I agreed. It would be cool. It would be cool.
We were just talking shit.
Yeah. We're just giving you shit.
Yeah. Because we like you.
You know what we gotta do?
That's how Southern boys do, man.
If we don't like you, we ain't gonna fuck with you.
Yeah. If we talking shit to you,
if we don't like you, we're not even gonna respond to you.
Then if we talking shit,
you're not even part of the conversation.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hold on.
Hold the phone.
It is 8:30, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So what we got on the docket here?
Well, I mean, it was hard to kind of push Dr. Gary along because, I mean.
Hey, look. When you're talking to knowledge, you're talking to knowledge. You got to take it at their pace.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, hold on. I need a beer.
Oh, well. So,
recap.
One of the things that we've been doing. Oh, we got a recap?
Yeah, we got recap.
Recap. Where is it? Boom! Right there.
Yeah.
Look.
We got recap of last weekend.
Recap.
Yep.
Oh, Rip
Lipsman.
Rip Lipsman.
That guy
coined the phrase Rip Lips, man.
That's right.
Mama said he was talking slow.
Did she? She's like, why are you talking so
Why
slow?
Are you talking so slow?
Rip Lips,
fucking
man.
Trademark that saying. That's what. You gonna go Rip Lips?
Yep. Rip Lips.
Look here.
Look here. Here we go again with the talking slow. That right there.
Championship belt.
Championship belt for the Barbie pole challenge.
Now prominently displayed in Twist Hookers Tavern. Yeah. Kept it here. That's right.
Rip said, I'm going to go fish some other shit. Y'all can hold on to this till I come back for it.
You know what he said?
What did he say?
He said, I'm going to go fish some illegal shit.
Yeah. Y'all hold my belt.
And I'm going to sit here and fish until somebody kicks me out.
He said, y'all hold my belt. That way they can't identify me.
No one held. He wore it. Let me show you something.
Show me something.
Show you. Look. Oh, wrong pocket. His damn baits are still in it. Do you see that? It's a pocket full of venom. Venom. Huh? That's all he fished with.
Rip was like,
He wore it and he fished with it the whole time. He didn't take a tackle box. He didn't take shit. Everything he fished with was right out there. And then look at here. Oh, magnets are strong. The old championship belt holds a beer. Boom.
I think he told Jeremy, he says, go ahead and give me that belt because I'm gonna win it by the end of the day.
I mean, he had it. He stole that shit from me and said, I'm out there. I'm getting it. Tag and Tail says that outfit, though. I mean, fucking America.
Well, yeah.
Huh? What? You don't like the red, white, and blue?
Well, you know he does.
You can't be friends of us.
Well, you know he does.
I mean,
he's throwing a shout out to it.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's saying them shorts are sexy, son. Tackatail says, Ryan, I did pretty good today on top water frog. Caught a huge frog. Hey, you ain't the only one, man. I've probably seen 3 or 4 people on Instagram and Facebook and shit. They have caught massive bullfrogs on topwater frogs.
Topwater frogs.
Topwater frogs.
Yeah.
Craziest shit. The frog eating frog.
Yeah.
Son. It's a frog eat frog world.
Yeah, it is.
And we're just trying to catch a bass.
Right.
And I'm almost out of beer.
That's right. Came here to catch frogs and catch bass, and I'm almost out of beer.
He says next time you got to wear the beer bottle helmet. Let me tell you, Rip almost wore a helmet that had a bottle of Jack on one side and a bottle of Coke Zero on the other.
Yeah.
Almost. But it would have messed up his hair, man.
And he couldn't have that.
You know what I mean? It would cover that Cobra Kai black belt headband.
Yeah.
Huh? Guerrilla warfare.
Woohoo! He told us he couldn't have nothing.
No.
Fucking with that
he
hair.
Can't be messing up his hair, man.
Nah.
It's fishing day.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said, we got to go represent America.
I will tell you, though. I will tell you that the secret to Rip Lipsman's fishing finale was this guy right here.
We're going to move right into it.
This is that guy right there. Huh?
Yeah, we're moving right into it.
Yeah, we're moving right into it.
Okay.
Guess what?
So Rip Lipman was first.
Guess what?
Miss Amanda was second.
Miss Amanda, who is
and
the old lady.
And Chad Warner was in third.
Chad Warner got third.
All right. So we're moving on into the Venom Tackle Highlight of
Venom
the week.
Tackle Highlight. What was that guy? What was that guy?
That was a 3 3/4 inch tube bait. We had that on here last week as Tackle Highlight last week. We had a different color.
Yeah, we had a 4.5 inch white with red, like it was white with like red on the inside, so it looked like it was bleeding or had gills or whatever.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But this guy,
that was the bee's knees, apparently.
That was the big wiener.
That's a bit. Rip said that was the shiznit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was watermelon seed with gold flake.
Yep. 3/16 ounce ball jig.
Yep.
With some. Where's that?
With some venom.
There it is. The venom juice.
With some venom juice on it.
See, what you didn't know is he took this big ass bottle and he poured it into a little hand sanitizer bottle so it fit in his fucking fanny pack. Excuse my language. There it is.
So he had a fanny pack full.
All he fished with was a fanny pack.
Yeah.
And the baits that went in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the beer that went in it.
The beer was in the beer belt. on the back side.
But he had that thing up in
It was
the
on the
front
back
to
side
hold those open beer.
to hold the
didn't he?
beer. Oh, he had the belt buckle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that big shiny gold bass belt buckle to hold the beer.
up front. That was his open beer.
That was the open one.
Y'all should have seen him. It was hilarious.
You got no idea. Holy shit, we got some comments.
What we got commentating?
Ryan says, last 3 times out fishing, didn't catch shit.
Well,
I mean,
you ain't holding your mouth right.
you ain't, yeah, right. You ain't holding
You
your,
ain't holding
you ain't
your
holding
mouth
your
right.
head right. You know what I mean? You gotta look at it right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you will send us a video that you did that shit and catch a fish, then we're putting it on next week's show. I swear to God. That would be funny as hell.
Huh?
If Ryan sent us a video where he did that and then caught a fish, then we got to put it on the show.
I mean, I'm in.
I'm in.
Send me a
all in.
video. Send me a video. Tag me in it. I will put it on the show. Tag a Tail says, dude, this thing was huge. Lauded my kayak, scared me and shit. Laugh out loud.
What are we talking about?
I mean, I love you, bro, but you know, English
What are we talking
helps
about?
the story.
You got to let us know the subject of what we're
Right.
describing.
I think he's
in
talking
this-
about his damn near 18-inch bass, which hopped out the fucking kayak as he was trying to take a picture of it and almost stole his damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pole.
Well, then
It tried. He got it back. I
he
saw.
did get it back.
Yeah, I saw.
He did. He
I
got it
saw.
back.
He grabbed it. He's over there crying. Melinda says the frog. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. The frog. The frog was huge.
Did y'all go to Wisconsin
And
and go fishing with Tag and Tail?
Landed in your kayak? Is it? You said lauded? Maybe you mean landed. Look,
I think you
I'm
meant
the one
landed.
drinking, and you the one that can't spell. God dang it! I'm
Well, I
trying
mean,
to be nice.
I figured they probably drinking too.
If you ain't drinking, you ain't thinking.
If you don't like that, then we don't like
We
you.
don't like you.
How about that?
He says you're 20 minutes late. The frog. Yeah, I know. I've been drinking. Look. All right. So he caught a frog with the frog.
Yep.
Yep. It landed in the kayak, scared the shit out of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that thing
You
jumped
should have
out
put
and
a
almost-
hook through that motherfucker's lower lip or the back skin and then caught you a big bass.
And then he almost
Because there was
threw-
no.
It almost stole his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rod.
No,
and
that
reel.
was the bass. That was the bass that he caught.
Oh,
I was mixing stories.
we didn't change subjects.
I done told you I've been drinking.
Oh, we got it now.
Yeah.
We rolling now.
Look, you should have put your hook in the frog, sent his ass out for a big bass.
On a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pole.
Yeah.
Now that would have been a video.
Yeah.
That would have been
Huh?
a video.
I'm serious.
That would have been a
Let me
video.
tell you a story.
Let's hear your story.
Let me tell you a story. When we was in Iowa last year, Carson caught a frog on the bank. Carson's my now 11-year-old son,
Yep.
right? I said, let me see that guy. And I put the hook through his little horny skin on the back, the thick shit on the back that I knew wouldn't hurt him. And I cast that sumbitch out. Boom! I get smashed by a big old bass. And I set the hook and I bring that sumbitch in. And I lip that bass. And that old frog pops out alive and ready to go. Like, damn it, man. You just put me through the ringer.
Yeah.
I took the hook out of his back and I threw it back in the water.
Right. He's like,
Huh?
damn, what a ride.
I just used that frog. He survived and I put him back in the water because I was like, I ain't going to do that to you twice. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a nice guy. And then I took a picture of the bass and I threw the bass away. Huh?
To put him in the water. You put him,
Yeah, I just threw him in the water.
yeah.
Throw him-
Throw him away.
Threw him away. Kerplunk. Huh? Can you tell that story? You should have used that bass, that frog to catch a bass, son.
You should have used that bass to catch a frog, bro.
Right. Hey, You should use that bass, catch a bass. I've seen that too.
Yeah,
I've never done it, but I've seen it.
Yep. Yeah, we went to crazy town.
He said that frog was so big, it would have knocked out a bass. I mean, I feel like you're underestimating the bass.
For real. I mean, I don't know what kind of bass they got in Wisconsin, but down here in Alabama, they've got 10, 12 pounders that would just suck up that bullfrog.
You know what Scott Adkins said?
Oh, Scott's here?
Yeah, Scott showed up a little while ago. You know, he was late. He was having dinner with friends.
Yeah, okay.
He says, I need to tag and Tails in the fish calming show.
Fish calming show.
Yeah, from Jeremy Self.
Yeah.
You remember the fish calming show?
Yes, I do.
How do you calm a big bass?
Yeah.
You rub his butthole.
Counterclockwise.
Huh? Fuck off, Ryan. I will have another drink. Been a long day. This show is brought to you by Jack Daniels.
And Yingling.
Yep.
My brother. I love it when we do it in unison.
I like that shit.
I love it when we do it in unison.
I love it when a plan comes together.
That's right, Hannibal.
You know what? We're done with the whole recap thing.
Yep. We're done with the recap.
What are we on?
We're back.
Upcoming?
We're back to basics.
You threw a wrench on me. We went from backwards to something different. Usually we go from recap to like upcoming. But back to the basics.
Format we always use.
Yeah.
Back to basics.
Listen here.
Starter rod and reel.
You Scott Hineses of motherfuckers are on our show.
Yeah. Anybody that's just now getting into this whole deal.
You want to go fishing?
Yep. And you don't want to spend a whole lot of money because you don't really know if you're going to like the shit or not. Go to Walmart. Okay?
Yeah. Go to Walmart.
Get you there.
Somewhere between what, 59 and like 79? Yeah. Somewhere in there. It's $59.99 to $79.99.
Yep. Open face.
You can get yourself
6 foot, 6 inch.
6 foot 6 inch.
Medium action.
I mean, if you can find medium heavy,
go for that.
Get medium heavy.
Right. Because
on them cheaper rods, medium heavy is really medium on the more expensive rods.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What brand we looking for, bro? What's the two brands that we looking for?
I mean, you ain't gonna find.
What's the brand you looking for at Walmart?
I mean, at Lose. Well, you probably ain't gonna find Lose.
Let me set it up.
You probably ain't gonna find Lose.
No, they have Lose.
They do.
Yeah.
I haven't shot Walmart since 1992.
No, they got Lose. They got Lose. They got some other bullshit by Abu Garcia.
Yeah.
That's what your old lady got for her birthday.
Yeah.
She got the other bullshit by Abu Garcia.
Well, you're looking for Lose.
Because it was red and black, and because that's Twisted Hook colors.
Right. And Abu Garcia is some pretty decent shit. Okay.
Tag and Tail says he's rubbing the butthole.
Rubbing the butthole counterclockwise, bro.
It works on bass and it works on women.
Counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how you calm her down.
Counterclockwise.
Calm her down, baby.
Yep.
Counterclock. You can't go clockwise. That turns her up.
No. Yep.
You got to turn it down.
You got to turn it down.
Turn it down.
If she's up there,
if you turn her up, we got problems.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Turn it down. Counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Counterclockwise. So Lose.
6 foot 6, Lose.
Medium.
Or Abu Garcia, something.
I don't remember the.
Yeah, it's a medium heavy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you can get medium heavy, get it, but it's usually medium.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
the longest they usually sell is 6 foot 6, right? And it's not like 7. It's like 6 foot 6.
Right.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's what you want to start with.
Yeah.
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 And then you're gonna figure out, hey.
What are you gonna figure out?
Hey, I probably need something a little bit better than that now that I figured out I like this shit.
What you got?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
What about? What line do we like for a rod like that?
I mean, it depends on what we're fishing for.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Rod like that, I got one line.
You got one line.
One line. Berkeley 10-pound XL. The Berkeley XL, which is like extra long casting, some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, XL. It's like it's softer.
Yeah. It's
So
the
it
Berkeley
doesn't
XL
it
is
doesn't
so-
have
is
the
soft.
memory.
Right.
It doesn't have the memory.
Yep.
Berkeley XL 10-pound. 10-pound, maybe 12-pound.
Yeah.
But I feel 10-pound. I'm at
Yeah.
on a medium rod.
If you're
10-pound.
Yeah. If you're starting out, yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
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 We'll roll with that.
So we got a sexy 6'6" rod, medium heavy. No, medium,
Yep.
because that's all Walmart sells.
Right.
On Berkeley 10-pound. What kind of lure are you throwing on that?
Man.
So the reason we throw this shit up there is because this is like anybody can go to Walmart and buy a rod, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna make this fair. We're like a magician. It's fair.
Yeah.
Anybody can go to Walmart. Anybody can buy a fishing rod. $59 to $79,
Right.
somewhere in that price range.
Right.
And they're gonna get them a medium rod with probably a spinning reel.
Yes, it's open
Right?
face for sure.
Yeah, spinning reel, and you want to go get that 10-pound Berkeley XL. All right. Now that's like middle of the road,
Yeah.
right? Middle of the road. Okay. You could do total finesse fishing, you could do total frogging fishing, and you can do everything in between. Okay.
Berkeley XL is not braid.
No, it's not braid. It's fluorocarbon.
It's fluorocarbon.
100% fluorocarbon.
And we're talking.
It's the XLs, extra long casting.
We're talking-
XL.
Now, tack and tail. Remember, you
We're talking middle of the road.
right. You have been fishing for how long?
He been fishing for a minute.
Okay, and you have learned a lot of shit.
He knows a little bit.
Okay, we're talking about somebody
Nobody.
that is wanting to get into fishing.
Yep.
Okay, we're back to the basics here. Wants to get into fishing that don't know shit about fuck. I mean, sorry, apologies. We no nothing.
Don't know shit about fuck. That's you
So-
can quote him. That's his quote.
So So that's what they're gonna want to go with, and then
Frozen. We're
they
frozen.
will go from that on and learn more shit and do more things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about starter kit. Starter kit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then depending on
We're
what
talking
you're
about the
fishing-
person that go to Walmart. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you ain't no fishing pro. You ain't going to Bass Pro. You're going to Walmart.
No, you ain't going. Yeah, you ain't going to Cabela's.
Walmart.
You're going to Walmart. You're like, hey man, I think I might want to catch a bass.
That's
Let's
right.
See what I can go find.
I think I want to go fishing.
You're not like all of us that's like, oh man, we got tournament Saturday.
Shannon even says, hey,
Hey,
girl, maybe you can say something about that rod and reel you caught that fish on this weekend, huh? With the line and the stuff that we got you to tie on it.
that was mine.
Huh?
That was mine.
What'd you tie on it?
I used my 17-pound braid.
Wait, what?
That was.
I gave her a spool of
Yeah.
10-pound Berkeley XL.
I know.
And you put braid on it.
No.
You put
We
braid
did
on it?
not take her rod and reel.
Oh, she was fishing with your rod and reel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now the
So-
tails have turned.
So cancel all that.
Yeah, we talking starter kit, son.
Yeah.
No, the line does not come with the combo. Look,
No. No.
you buy the rod and reel and it doesn't come with any line.
I mean, what the hell?
We're
Does
telling you
anything come with
what
anything?
line to get to put on that combo that you getting at Walmart. And you go to the line section of the fishing aisle and you get you some Berkeley XL 10 pound.
Right. Everybody knows that once you start buying, you got to buy all the components.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It does not come with line on. It ain't a Barbie pole. It ain't coming with line on it.
You got to buy the line.
Got to buy the line.
You got to buy the hooks.
Yep. Got to buy the hooks.
You got to buy the baits.
Got to buy the baits.
You got to buy, if you want sinkers, you got to buy all the weights,
of it.
all that jazz. Everybody knows.
Of it.
Yeah,
all of it. So we're talking beginner going to Walmart, get you a 6'6" Luz or Abu Garcia degenerate. Okay.
Abu Garcia degenerate.
You go to the line section, you get you a Berkeley 10 or 12 pound. I would say 10 because that's what I use. And I use it for a reason. 10 pound XL. Berkeley XL.
Right.
Yeah.
Reply to Shannon and say, hey.
I thought y'all gonna do the beginner's demo with myself. We are, girl. We are.
You got to come on to the show.
You done went fishing with it, and we are here.
You got to come on.
You gotta come to me so we can record this shit and we can put it on there
next week.
Huh?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. Any day that I can record it, we gonna do it. We're going to set it up. And we're going to throw it on the YouTube channel for everybody to see. And we're going to throw it on Twisted Hooks for everybody to see. Yeah.
I say we do it next Tuesday.
What we're talking about is what Shannon got for her birthday. Yeah. Right?
We were going to set it up on a reel.
We went shopping.
Back to basics.
I wanted to get Shannon. So my wife had presents for Shannon, but I wanted to get Shannon like something she can go fishing with. The rod, reel, line, lure, hook, everything. Under $100. Under $100. Huh?
Yeah.
Yo, that's for real. We're going to make a video. Under $100, beginner like special. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, wait. Okay, the plan is made. I'll remind you. Oh, she's talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
it says, I'll remind all of us.
I'll remind all of us. Yeah, I haven't forgot since the day I gave it to you, girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where you been? You been around. You ain't had your fishing rod. All right. Look. We done recap. 6'6". Garcia. Okay. Now we only say that because for $50 to $80 in that price range at Walmart, one, that's like the only two brands you're going to get. Two,
that's any good. Anyways.
Two, yeah, no, I mean, like that's literally the only two brands you're going to get unless you're getting a crappie rod or some bullshit,
St.
right?
Croix, you can get a couple others that are.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that's all they got. That's all they had at the Walmart I went to. Anyway, those two brands we actually believe in.
Yeah,
we think Luz for the money is like the best shit you can get. So if you spend $60 on a Luz, you're getting, $80, $100 worth of some other shit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong or am I right? Am I talking shit?
No, you're right.
Slap me if I am. Come on.
No.
Lightning strike me down.
Pow!
Yeah. Give it to me, son. I feel like that's where Luz is at. Huh?
No, Luz is good shit.
No, I mean, I feel like that's where Luz is at. If Luz is at 60, fucking some other brand is at like 80 or 100 because of the price difference and what they think their shit costs.
Yeah.
And what Luz is actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No,
all right,
I'm good with that.
All right. And Alba Garcia, usually a little more expensive because of the name. Yes or no?
They do have a couple of them.
Is their shit a little more expensive most of the time?
They do have one or two that's okay.
Right.
But most of the time, Abu Garcia is more expensive because of their fucking is Abu Garcia.
Right. It's Abu Garcia.
Yeah.
No, that's all I'm saying.
That's what Shannon says. Is that the Spanish Mexican or what?
Yeah.
Look, that shit was funny.
Like it's like Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Walmart. You know what I mean? Like
They want
they
you to
might
pay for
look
that.
the same,
Yeah.
but they ain't performing the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Luz and Abu Garcia, they're in that price range. You get in that price range where you're trying to begin.
Right.
I feel like it's
I mean,
you're gonna get a really good product for what you pay at $50 to $80.
here's what we love about Luz.
Yeah.
Luz
What
is
we got?
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every fucking pro out there has a Luz rod and reel.
I mean, I wouldn't say every, but there's a lot of pros out there with Luz.
Yeah, but Luz is not saying, "Oh, well,
We're better than everybody."
We got pros all over the place,
Yeah,
so
no.
we're going to charge $400 for our shit."
Right.
You know what I mean? You can go get a Luz rod and reel, good shit, for $150. Good shit.
I mean, like tournament quality,
Yeah.
like you doing some crazy shit.
We're good shit.
You're fishing every weekend, $150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
So that's what I'm saying. At Walmart, if you're just trying to get into fishing, $60 to $80, you're gonna get like a really good product for that $60 to $80.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not gonna go set the hook on something and snap a rod
Right.
on your first fish, and it's a 2-pounder.
Right.
You know what I mean? And go, man, what the fuck?
Right. I just lost $60 to $80.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
Look,
with
I've
Luz.
done that with, you know what? I ain't even going to say it. I ain't going to badmouth. Look, I busted plenty of rods. This guy can attest. Huh? How many times we've been fishing in that John boat before we got our first kayaks, and
Yeah.
I done busted some rods.
Yeah.
Rods that I got on Hilton Honors Points, I didn't even pay for.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then.
Yeah.
So, look, this is years of experience.
Yeah.
Luz, man.
It's good shit.
Luz and Abu Garcia. Like, for that price point, you think about getting into it, that's not a bad price point. You know what I mean? Like, you could go get a used $20 rod, but, you know, what the fuck? Go get a new something, $60, $80. That ain't bad.
Nope.
That's a back to basics.
Right.
Like, you want to start fishing, you getting serious, you want to make a YouTube channel, you want to do, go get you $80.
Yep.
You're gonna work. You know what I mean? It's gonna put in the work, and you're gonna get it out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And then you throw that Berkeley 10-pound XL on there. And we ain't sponsored by Berkeley, Luz, Abu Garcia, none of that bullshit.
We
That's
sponsored
the
by
best
nobody.
damn line. That's what I fished because it's the best damn line I found at 10 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's got good stretch. It ain't breaking super easy. It ain't got a whole lot of memory.
Who are we sponsored by?
Nobody.
No damn body. We ain't sponsored by nobody.
Huh? I mean, we're pro staff for a couple people,
Right.
but we ain't sponsored by
By
nobody.
nobody.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
all we're doing is telling y'all what we have, like you said, experience. We have went out there and bought shit.
That's right.
And broke. And we've had line that was shit. And we found line that was good. So
That's right.
we're trying to tell y'all what not to do.
Look,
What?
Chris Mark says, Luz American Hero donates back to veterans.
See, that's good shit.
And that's a true story. Look, I'm a veteran, and that's one of the reasons that attracted me towards Luz. But that's not why I call Luz out. Like, I call Luz out because for the money, I feel like they are the best thing on the market
Right.
compared to everything else.
Right. Now he's saying for the money. Okay.
For the money.
Right. So y'all, you
Now, I got some high dollar Luz rods,
right.
right?
And,
I got like their top of the line Luz shit.
right.
But I've also got some of the American Hero series.
Right.
I bought this guy American Hero series. I bought my wife an American Hero series. One, because I believe in Luz, and two, because I want to give back to the fucking veterans.
Right.
Okay. It ain't giving back to me. It's giving back to whoever the Luz decides to give their money to. All right. And I ain't calling that shit out for nothing. I believe in it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why we say this. I mean, because we believe in it. Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
So 6'6", 10
Yeah.
pound XL.
Right.
Gamakatsu hooks, maybe?
Gamakatsus.
What's your other choice? Owner. Like, I feel like owner hook.
Trokar.
Huh?
Trokar.
Trokar?
Trokar's good.
Trokar sharp.
Yep.
Trokar sharp.
Yep.
I tell you what, if you're looking for a weedless Ned rig, Venom.
Venoms. Yep.
The DK rig.
You gotta have that.
The DK. If you fishing right now in the
With
grass,
Ned rig?
the DK rig. That's where you gotta go.
You gotta have that.
That's where you gotta go.
I mean,
all right.
Ned rig is not weedless.
What'd I get Shannon? Bunch of trick worms, 3/0, 4/0 hooks, Ned rig type hooks, the DK rigs, like that kind of shit. Because that's what's fishing right now. I gave her everything to go fishing right now.
Right. We just gotta go. We gotta get her to go fishing right now.
We gotta spool it up, son. Spool it up. Damn it, it's 9:05.
Well, sounds like we need to wrap her.
I mean, let's give it 25 minutes or so. Lose American Hero donates back to yeah, that's what Chris Mark said. Sorry, I'm reading again.
Yep.
That new Canoe Frontier 12, I'm getting that shit soon. That's tagging tails.
Tagging
12s, tails, whatever. You're making me lose count here.
5.
I'm trying to count.
4.
I'm trying to count, and you trying to ask me
2.
questions. Went from PG-13 to R in one shot.
Who said that? Melinda?
Melinda.
Well, I mean, you know us, girl.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's 9 o'clock. Your kids ain't supposed to be up. Mm-hmm.
You already know.
Uh-huh. Taylor, if you're up and you're still listening, go to bed.
Go to bed. It's bedtime.
Go to bed. She said potty mouth a little minute ago. So, yeah, she's still up. Look, I was born in the middle of nowhere, and I was raised in the Army. My mouth does what it wants.
Born in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. My mouth does what it wants, and ain't nobody gonna tell it different. Feel me?
Yeah. Well, I was born in the middle of nowhere, and I was not military, but I support the fuck out of the military.
Tag and Tail says, do either of you two keep an extra reel with you, REAL? Do you keep it real with you with different line on it to out with difference if it need be? So do you keep an extra reel with different line if you need to throw it with a different bait?
Yes.
Do you really?
How many reels do you have with you?
Negative. Look, I have 0 extra reels just sitting in my anything.
Are you talking about rod and reels?
No, just reel to throw on a rod.
I don't
tie on something different.
I don't think that's his question.
I think that's his question. And I'll tell you, I do not. I take enough rods that I think I'm going to be able to fish with. You know what I mean?
Well, you got reels on those rods.
Yes,
Okay.
but that's not his question. He didn't say rod and reel. He said, do you take extra reels?
But I think that's
Reels.
I think that's his question.
Oh.
Tag.
Come on.
Come on.
He says it. He said it. Reel, right there.
Different
Boom.
poles, baits.
Different poles and baits, but right above it, reel. Do you take an extra reel with you?
No.
With different line?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just take a whole different rod and reel.
Whole different rod and reel.
Yeah. And they're all set up different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll say I take like 3 finesse rods, all heavy, all with Berkeley XL 10 pound, and I put different baits on it.
Yeah.
I put different, I'll put a Ned rig on one. I'll put a swim bait on another that's weedless, that's weightless, that's super light.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I take 3 like finesse rigs,
Right.
and then I take a frogging rod, and that's the only thing it's for. Frogging.
Well,
I'm throwing up in the heavy shit, the heavy pads, the heavy grass. I'm talking 7-Eleven.
you gonna throw that with 10-pound Berkeley?
No, I'm throwing 7-Eleven. I'm throwing fucking 70-pound or 80-pound
Right.
braid.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's a big, heavy. That's a beast.
Right.
Mhm.
At this time
And it's
of year,
only for frog. That's it.
at this time of year, right now, with as much grass as it is, every rod and reel I got has got at least 17-pound braid on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't have no 10-pound
Nope.
Berkeley.
Nope.
The least you got is the 17-pound braid.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. Spring to summertime fishing, I got
Yeah.
nothing less than 17-pound braid.
Wow. 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 You just got an insider tip. I'll tell you right
Not
now.
that it helps me any, but that's just what I do.
I'll tell you right now, I got at least 1 or 2, if not 3, finesse rods with me tournament day that have Berkeley 10-pound XL on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medium, heavy. I don't think I have any medium. They're all medium heavy. Finesse rods with Berkeley XL 10-pound.
Yeah.
I'm maybe one of those has 12-pound. Don't quote me. Okay. But then I have on the other spectrum, I have a 7-Eleven Abu Garcia with the winch or wrench. I think it's the winch reel. Abu Garcia reel is the winch. Huh? With like 80-pound braid.
Yeah.
And that's my frogging rod.
Oh,
Period.
You
Period.
got to have that.
That's the only thing I'm throwing frogs on.
You got to have that.
Because the damn grass around here is nuts.
Yeah. You got to have that.
Okay.
Chris Marks will tell you. He knows.
Yeah, Chris Marks does. He knows. And he probably throws something completely different. Now, in between those, I got a rod or 2. And I got a medium heavy with like 12 or 14-pound fluorocarbon to throw like a rattle trap or a crankbait or what the fuck? A chatterbait. Like that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at fishing.
Right.
Every weekend. It's either complete finesse or I'm hammering at topwater.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm at right now in fishing right now. Like there isn't a whole lot that I'm not gonna catch on 10 or 12-pound fluorocarbon unless it's a frog. Topwater frog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tack and Tail says, I take a lot of poles with me, but one different reel. For my frog rod, he's got 50-pound braid. But if I want a big rod, but switch to chatterbait, he switches the reel because it has mono. Now, I mean, I can see that. He says, can't see the mono. Braid you can see underwater. That's why, if anyone is wondering. Okay, so I'm gonna go 2 different directions on this guy. I'm gonna go 2 different directions. You feel me?
See the mono.
Look.
Braid, you can see underwater.
Yeah, you can see the braid. Yeah. Okay. As fast as a fucking crankbait is moving, I don't feel like braid's gonna make a difference. Okay, that's just me. That's just me personally. I'm sure all kinds of other fishermen are gonna tell me different.
Well, no. I mean, what I was gonna say was the water down here
It's dark.
is very murky.
It's murky.
Yeah. So braid isn't really gonna make a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like that makes a difference.
No, down here it doesn't.
What makes a difference to me is what that lure's doing. Does that make sense?
Agreed.
That makes sense.
Agreed.
Okay, so around here, like what that lure is doing, like if it's a, what do you say? He says frog chatterbait. He said chatterbait, right? So if he's switching to chatterbait, he's switching to mono. Look, if I'm throwing a chatterbait, I'm looking for that thing to make some vibrations. I'm looking for it to make some noise. You know what I mean? Like
purr like
so,
a kitten.
Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't throw mono ever. Ever. Because it's like throwing fucking tightrope. It's like throwing anchor line. That's just me.
It has too much memory.
That's just me. It is way too much memory. That's just me. So everything for me is fluorocarbon or braid. And if I'm throwing braid, I start out at that 17-pound, what my man said, 17-pound Berkeley XL. Because that shit is smooth, son. You want to talk about smooth braid? That's the smoothest. And I'm gonna backtrack just a second because I haven't tried the old Venom silk braid line. I haven't tried it yet. I have not spooled it up yet. I ordered it. I haven't put it on my damn pole yet. But I got 20. Where's it at? I got 20-pound and I got 50-pound. And I'm going to spool it up before this weekend, I promise. And I'm going to give it the real review. But that Berkeley 17-pound nano line, it's called nano line.
I like it. The real review.
The real review. Look,
I like it.
Look. That 17-pound Berkeley nano is the shit.
It is.
It is the smooth braid you can get, but they only make it in 17-pound.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't make a Berkeley Nano 20-pound.
Nope.
No, it's only 17-pound. That's it. So if you're looking for something heavier, you're going to have to look elsewhere. Yep. This is why I'm looking at Venom lures, because I love their lures. And now I'm branching out their line, and I ain't going to bullshit. I ain't used their line yet, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm going to throw it on my shit, and I'm going to see what it looks like. You know what I mean? What it feels like, how it works. They said it's the smoothest cast and stuff out there.
We're going to find out.
Guess what? Yeah, we're going to find out. That's right. So I feel like we talked about back to the basics for sure.
Oh, yeah. We got back to basics covered.
Huh?
Back to basics is done, son.
Look, if you don't go get you a $60, $80 or $60, $80 rod and reel from Walmart, and you got the damn 10-pound Berkeley XL line on it, and you don't throw like a trick worm or the buzztail shad from Venom, because that's what that and the tube. The tube, 3 3/4 inch tube.
The tube was the deal last weekend.
That Rip caught him on. Like you're messing up. You're messing up. All right.
The tube was the deal last weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. So this weekend we got upcoming.
What we got?
Upcoming
events. There it is.
Yep. Boom. Upcoming events. This Saturday is NACA at the Shoals, which we will be fishing.
We will be.
We have my pops.
Back of the Shoals.
Yep, my pops is gonna let us
hang out at the joint.
Hang out at his place. Yeah, Friday night, so we don't have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, we ain't opposed to driving, but it's easier.
It's a hell of a lot easier.
It's easier if we don't.
Yeah, we can get up at 4.
That's just early. Let me tell you.
That's just way too early.
It's early.
So Pops is cool, and he lets us do that. Yeah. And then also this weekend, KBF is going to be at Kentucky Lake. You know what, man? I want to fish Kentucky Lake.
I would love to fish Kentucky Lake.
I mean, we don't have to fish a tournament.
I want to fish Chickamauga. That's like bucket list Chickamauga.
Yeah, Kentucky Lake is a bucket list.
I feel like Kentucky Lake's probably a bucket list lake too, because that's one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But Chickamauga, man, Florida, all they have is beasts. Beasts. Like I saw, what's her name? What's her name? Oh, gonna mess me up. What?
Y'all.
The chick that fishes all the tournaments in a Hobie. I don't remember her damn name. She caught 2 over 10 pounds at Okeechobee.
Are we talking about Okeechobee or Chickamauga?
No, Okeechobee.
Okay.
Chickamauga was in Tennessee, right?
Right.
You said Chickamauga?
Yeah.
I went total Okeechobee.
Yeah.
I went to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chickamauga's coming up, though.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
It's all good. But I was talking about Kentucky Lake.
No.
That's when I want to fish. And then Okeechobee is when I want to fish as well. We just got to carry our pistols.
Fuck gators.
Might be
I got a
gators.
hatchet.
And then
Let's get it.
also, here's a big deal for us.
Scott Hackett says this Chickamauga was not in Florida. It's Chattanooga.
Yeah, we fingered it out. Thank you, Scott.
Sorry, man. I told you I've been drinking. I
Um,
still want to go to goddamn Okeechobee.
Yeah,
That's where the beasts are at, son.
that's also where the gators are.
I don't
That's
care.
okay. That's
I don't care. Bring the gators on. I'll eat gator meat while I'm fishing for bass.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'm in. Let's go.
I'm just saying. That's bucket list number 1 of mine.
That's good. I'm with it.
Kentucky Lake's like down the list.
As Shannon would say,
Chickamauga's down the list.
Dude, it. Also, on 6:30.
6:30.
Not tomorrow morning. The date.
Oh,
6:30.
in like a week.
And in about a week from now.
Exactly a week from now.
We've got
6:23.
Hunter Freeman is going to call in the show.
Who?
Hunter Freeman.
Y'all know who that is? Y'all don't even know who that is.
Yeah, y'all should know who that is.
2018 NCAA champion.
College champion. Yep.
Yeah,
He's now touring with FLW.
he is an FLW pro.
Yep. He's going to be calling in this show.
That's right. Just like Mr. Gary Nesty did today.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yep.
So that's fantastic, y'all.
Boom. I mean, boom. How are you not like shaking the thing? Huh?
I know.
Huh? What?
I know.
What?
I know. It's awesome.
NCAA national champion. That's like saying Alabama football team's gonna be on the goddamn podcast.
I know. It's amazing.
Holy shit.
Absolutely amazing.
I can't believe it. Why is it all possible? Because of Catch Some Relief.
Yep.
Trinity Mailer. That's
Yep.
right. That guy is a stud.
He is a stud. He's a shark that does not
Sleep. You did that. I love this guy. The chick is starting to. Wait, what? The chick is starting tomorrow for Bill McDonald. Oh, the Chickamauga. Yeah. Bill McDonald's starting on the Chickamauga tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the results for the BASS tournament that he was just fishing. I have to look it up.
Froze.
What?
Froze.
We're froze! Shit!
It's all right, y'all. We got it.
We got it!
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Some bitch.
Somewhere.
Sorry.
That's
We're
about,
amateurs.
that's about it, y'all.
What?
That's it.
That
That's all
can't
we
be
got.
it.
That's all we got.
That can't be it. Can't be it.
That's all we got.
What? What we got? That's all we got.
That's all we got.
What the
The fruit.
Come on, Elsa.
Elsa. Come on.
Yes, Frozen Elsa.
Come on, Elsa.
This smart ass. Hey, we got Hunter Freeman next week.
Yep.
We're working on some other folks the week after that.
Yep.
If y'all ain't part of the Twisted Hooks think tank,
Get on the think tank.
You should be. You should be. Throw some people out there that might be interested in being on our show, or that you might be interested in seeing on our show, and I'll blow them up every day, every minute, every hour until they just say yes.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows, if you've been watching this show, everybody knows that we've got a tournament coming up September 19th.
Do.
September 19th.
Huh? Let's show it.
Is a burns victims tournament.
Where is it? Boom. Right
there
there.
It is.
There it is.
All right. So we've got some ideas.
We've got some ideas?
We have ideas.
We think?
We think.
Oh, therefore we am.
And we've got a tank.
Oh.
So if you have ideas about this tournament,
that's right.
Throw them in the think tank. You know what I mean?
That's right. Huh? Companies. That's places that want to come. You know, businesses that want to throw their food out there, businesses that want to throw their product out there, businesses that just want to be there.
Right. Anybody that can help us out. You know what I mean?
People that want to be there.
Right.
You know, share it.
Share the shit out of it.
Share it with your friends, your family, your foes. We don't care. Fish against your foes. That's fun.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of F's.
It is. Fish against your foes.
That's more F's than I've ever said that didn't use the UCK
part.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
100%.
110. Yeah, 100%. So
yes,
we need help with it, y'all.
We do. We need help.
We need help.
We need sponsors. We need, food people. We need drink people. We need beer people. We need anybody who can throw door prizes out there.
Right.
We're looking for help. That's it.
Yeah.
We're looking to fill the seats with butts, but we need help to do that.
Right. And that's what we're asking y'all.
That's right. Share the shit out of it. If you don't know where to go to our page. Yep. Check out the events. Yep. It's in there. September 19th. If you don't know where to go from there, go to NACA, North Alabama Kayak Anglers.
That's right.
Look at their events. And it's September 19th. Okay? If you don't know where to go from there, send me a message and I'll smack you with a sledgehammer.
And we'll make sure that you know how to get to the events page.
That's right.
Melinda, we already know that you're help.
We know
you have helped. We're not asking the Iowa crew right now about the help part of it because y'all have done more. Out of it. Yeah, y'all have done way more than you.
What's that? What's that flag right there? What's that flag right there?
That right there.
Huh? What's that? What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
That's Natalie's flag.
That's Natalie's flag.
That's right.
Natalie Prescott.
That's going to be on display for people to sign. Yeah. We've also got one for James Boyle.
We do.
It's going to be there for people to sign.
That's right.
These are the two kids that were horribly burned.
Horribly. If you don't know the story, go to the goddamn event page.
Right. There's a WHNT.
Excuse my language. Go to the event page.
There's a WHNT TV
video
news channel.
Video.
Yeah, video of them talking to James.
Yeah.
I mean, go look at that. And if that doesn't touch your heart, then you don't have a fucking heart.
That kid is 17 years old.
If that
he has been burned over 90% of his body.
If that don't touch your heart, you ain't got a fucking heart, bro.
Look, he don't give a fuck. I hope he's listening. I hope he throws something out there. He don't give a fuck what he looks like. He don't give a fuck what people think he looks like.
No, he don't.
Like, this is his life, son. Like, this is what he is. This is what God made him. And he's embracing it.
And he's like, God's got this, man.
That's right. God's got this. That's his saying. That's his saying. And I made stickers. Oh, shit. Man down. All right. I made stickers. Where you going? You want to pick it up? The kid is amazing. Okay? All we're trying to do is like get close to supporting his amazing. We're just trying to help him out. Okay?
Yeah.
Him and his family are amazing.
We're not trying to make any money off of this shit.
No. We don't make we make zero. We make zero off of this. All fucking money goes to them. That's right.
Yeah.
All.
Every bit of it.
Every cent goes to them. It has nothing to do with out-of-pocket expenses or any of that kind of crap. It all goes to them.
Right.
Okay?
So if you can be here, Tack and Tails, we know you're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he says, I can't watch stuff like that. It makes me sad, but stuff happening to good people. I mean,
hey.
Shit happens to good people.
It
bro.
does. It does. Shit happens
to good people. That's all I'm saying.
But that's why we're doing this.
That
because
exactly
shit happens to good people.
That's exactly why.
You know what I mean?
This kid was on fire. Was on fire. Okay? His limbs
on fire.
Were on fire. And as the fucking paramedics were trying to like put him out, and people trying to put him out, he's like, "Don't worry, man. God's got this." Like that's his moniker. That's his thing. He believes that so true. It doesn't matter what happens.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, we have fun with the show and we talk shit to everybody and all that other stuff. I mean, we like to have fun with the show, but damn it, son, when shit like that happens to a 17-year-old kid and he says, God's got this, I mean, you can't. I mean, what do you say to that? What are you going to do? Hell, we want to help him.
Look,
yeah.
Look. It don't matter.
We've got to help him, y'all.
It don't matter what our religious preferences.
No, it don't.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He believes that God's got this. And all that matters is that he believes it. Because if he believes it, that's what's going to make his follow through committal. Does that make sense?
Agreed.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's going to commit to that
belief,
follow through, that belief, that he's gonna believe it to the point where he follows through with it.
Right.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. It doesn't mean if I believe in it, it doesn't mean if he believes in it, it doesn't mean if you believe in it. He believes in it. Okay? He believes God's got this.
And that's all he has to believe.
That's it. That's it. And let me tell you, firsthand, I'm not God's supporter. Okay? But this kid has done things. He has come through things and healed from things faster and better than anybody that they've ever known, that I've ever known. Doesn't matter that I've ever known it, but that the people that are healing him have ever seen. Okay?
Yeah.
The people at the burn unit in Vanderbilt University, okay? They've seen everything, and they've seen James, and they've seen James blow through everything that they expected out of James. They expected James to die. He didn't die. They expected James to fail. He didn't fail.
They
expected James to not do well with the graphs. He did well with the graphs. Do you understand?
This is heart. Heart. Belief and heart and willpower.
That's all I'm saying. If I can give you anything, that's what it's about. This kid, he's a kid. He's 16. He was 16 when this shit happened. He's now 17.
Yeah.
Right? He's an inspiration to me. And I'm going to be 40 this year.
He's an inspiration to me, and I'm 5 years old. Hey, it comes down to willpower, belief, and heart. I mean, those three things. There's no measure for that. You know what I mean? There's not a 1 to 10 on the scale. Okay. I mean, I don't know how to explain it better than that, bro. I don't know how better to explain it than that. But that's the heart. That's the willpower.
All I know is this kid's got something special.
Yeah, and agree.
The kid has got something special. He's got a message. He's got a message that people are going to hear.
Right.
And it's not my message.
Whatever the powers that be above, whether you call it God, whether you call it whatever, they said that Jamestown on this planet was not done.
That's right.
And that's why he is continuing to do it. And he believes in that message so strongly that he's pulled through it. Through some shit, y'all.
The kid's amazing.
Go look at that freaking video.
The kid's amazing.
He's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the best word to describe it. It's amazing.
The past 2 weeks that I have dedicated, because I have been a shitty brother-in-law. I've dedicated to going to his house the past 2 weeks. I've dedicated. Like, I'm going to his house. I'm going to fucking talk to him. I'm going to fucking see him. It blows me away, bro. Yeah. It blows me away. It blows me away with the positivity that this kid's got. And it doesn't matter that I'm there or not. Like, he has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish that I was some beacon of light, but I'm not. I'm not.
He is.
Jonathan Turner. I don't know if you've seen this. Jonathan Turner, JT Smalls on Facebook. Truck. Yeah. That man is an inspiration. That man, he knows how to take the things that he's been through and put it towards a message for young people, because he is Coach Turner. He's Coach Turner. Okay? That man is a fucking inspiration. I'm not. I've been through shit. I've seen shit. I've talked to people that been through shit. It don't matter. I'm not an inspiration. Jonathan Turner's a fucking inspiration. Okay? That guy has uplifted this kid's spirits. Jonathan Turner has taken everything he's been through and somehow put it into words that help this kid. And that's what it's all about, bro.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Why the fuck are we doing any of this if it's not to help somebody? We're trying to help people fishing. We're trying to help people tournament fishing. We're trying to help people kayak fishing. We're trying to help people.
Period.
People.
Period.
And James is like, I can't even put it into words. This kid is scarred 90% of his body, and he is the one that's like teaching me a lesson. Teaching me. Like, what the fuck do I have? Yeah, I got some problems. Yeah, I got some problems from combat and from fucking whatever, but What the fuck do I have that has anything to do with anything near what he's going through? The kid's an inspiration. The kid is amazing.
So
That's all I
September
got.
19th.
That's all I got, bro. I'm sorry.
all
I'm
good.
sorry that I.
You're good. You're good. You opened
sorry.
up your heart right there, and that's what this is all the fuck about. So September 19th, that's what the tournament's about. It's about James. It's about Natalie. It's about helping them with all the shit that they got to pay for. The world don't give a fuck. They don't care. All the medical bills are still going to come, y'all. You know what I mean? So we got to help them out some way, somehow. And if it touches your heart, then I hope that you can help out in some way. We've had many people already. Pops Coughlin, he threw down a challenge. And he says,
down challenge.
yep, he threw down a challenge. He said, I'm donating $100
$100
to each family.
to each family.
The Iowa crew, they are taking off of work to come down here to fish this freaking tournament.
That's right.
Yeah? All right. We've had Ron Biggs, who's going to donate money. The Scott
Hines.
Hines has donated money.
Jason Lilly.
Jason Lilly has donated money.
That's right.
They can't be here, but they've donated money to these people.
They can't be here.
So
They threw money at it, even though they couldn't be here.
yeah.
Like they were like, okay, that's fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's something we should throw money at.
We're going to
They
help
ain't
them.
here.
Yeah. So hopefully y'all can help them too. Yeah. And we
Come
love y'all.
fish. Come fish.
Come fish.
That's it.
Madison
Come
County Lake.
fish or donate. One of the two. Help these kids out, man.
I mean, that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We love you.
Tag and Tail says, I can't watch stuff like this. Makes me sad, but stuff happened to good people. I mean, it happened. It happens to good people, man. It happens to good people.
Yeah.
It happens to good people, and shit happens. I'm not.
We got to help
Look,
them.
I am not the God chasing person that they are. I'm not. I'll throw that right out here.
But you don't have to be.
No, I'm not.
You don't have to be.
It doesn't matter if I am or I ain't. Like,
Right. You don't have to be.
no. Look, I believe what I believe.
Right.
Okay?
Everybody does.
And I ain't gonna even share what I believe with you.
Everybody has their own beliefs.
Yeah.
But when
What I believe is if you believe in something, then that's gonna help you out.
when bad shit
Like
happens
if you
to good people,
if you believe in something,
right,
okay?
then you should know.
Yeah. Yes. If you believe in something, okay? What were you saying?
That's it.
That's it? Tagging tells us you live in Wisconsin, but don't know where he would end up.
Don't know where he could end up.
Could end up.
That's a positive thing.
Yeah. All I can say is they are differently stronger. I'm sorry. I'm struggling to read. Than me in every way. Yeah, they're stronger. They're stronger than you in a different way. Not every
Not
way.
every way.
Not every way.
In a different way.
Different way.
Yeah.
They're stronger than you in a different way. Not every way. Yeah. Yeah, I know Tag and Tails, outdoors, anything is possible. I know, man. I'm just trying to read what we got here. Okay.
It's all good.
Convey with us our way down there. Convey with us our way down.
Convoy.
Yeah, that. Who is us and where's where? I mean, I agree. You could say that shit, all over the place. Who is us and where's where? Like, where are we and what is where? Like, we could be talking about us in our physical form right now in this fucking bar, talking about us, right? Or we could talk about our physical, our fucking metaphysical form. Fishing at a pond, right? A pond by a farm that we're not allowed to fish, and we just want to catch a fish. Like, I mean, there's two totally different ways to look at that. Where the fuck are we and what the fuck are we fishing for? Maybe we're at a pond like Lake Ida. It's illegal. It's illegal for us to fish. We're going to fish it anyway. Yeah? What are we going to fish? What are we going to catch, bro? What are we going to catch?
Bass.
Bass. That's right. We're going to catch bass. They may not be big, but they may be plentiful.
That's right.
Do you understand? We're coming down in September to help out, or what we got to do, no matter what.
I gotta hit that.
Yeah. They've donated the cups to everybody. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Look, Ryan and Melinda have donated cups, guaranteed prize to whoever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're 6 years old fishing in the bank. Doesn't matter if you're 60-year-olds old fishing from a john boat. Like, look, it doesn't matter. They're throwing it out there for the winner. All right? Do y'all understand that? Like, it doesn't matter what the winner is doing. Okay. Where in Iowa I gotta go drive to? Look, Tag and Tails, you don't gotta drive to Iowa. You ain't gotta drive nowhere. You gotta drive to your nearest fishery. You gotta drive to the nearest fishery. You gotta catch you a fish, son. I'm sorry that you didn't catch no good fish. G-U-D. Right? To finish out the tournament. Okay? But you just gotta drive. That's all that matters. You gotta drive to water. You gotta catch fish. It has nothing to do with where or why or when. You just gotta catch fish. Okay? Oh, what the fuck is going on with the show or not show? Okay. Got Tag and Tails and Taylor talking about people getting to go night-night. Hopefully not Jeremy Coughlin. That guy is definitely gonna be all right, huh? Yeah, me, son. Woo! Look, look. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about. It doesn't matter about who's fishing what. It doesn't matter about who's, fishing where. It doesn't matter at all, ever. All matters about what you fishing. You trying to catch bass, huh? Come here, brother. Come here. Look, trying to catch bass. Yes.
BASS bass.
Say it over there.
BASS bass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to catch bass.
Right.
And we try to catch them anytime the sun is up or down. Say it.
Anytime the sun's up or down.
Huh?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Tag and Tail says, "Oh yeah, I gotta come party for sure."
Look, it doesn't matter. Catch bass. Catch bass.
Yep.
Yeah. Say it.
Gotta catch some bass. Gotta catch some bass.
Yes. Look, it doesn't matter. We're here to catch fish.
Yeah.
We're here to help each other catch fish.
Catch some bass.
Yeah. Catch fish. We ain't here to make ourselves better. We ain't here to make you better. We're here to make community
Yes.
better.
That's right.
Community. Huh? All of us.
Yep. All of us.
Push it. All of us.
That's right.
Okay? All of us.
All of us.
I'm serious, bro.
I know you are.
I want Coughlin to catch as many bass as I'm catching. I want Melinda Coughlin to catch as many bass as I'm catching. I want
you do.
whoever the fuck Coughlin, as long as you're a Coughlin, to catch as many bass as I'm catching.
What about Hatton?
Hatton!
No, we can't have no Hattons catching bass.
Say
I
it.
want every Hatton to be
Say it
catching
out
some
there.
catches
Spit
that I'm
it.
catching. Yeah.
Spit it.
Yeah.
Spit it.
I want all
Who?
the Hattons out there to be
Who?
catching as many.
What Hattons?
Lester Hatton.
What Hattons?
Raceland Hatton.
Rob
Rob-
Lester Raceland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rob Moore.
Get it, son.
Yeah. All of us be catching them fish.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We don't give a fuck. We just want people to catch fish. And that's what we're about. Huh? Say it. Say it.
It's bedtime. We got to go.
Got to go. Huh?
Yeah.
Twist hooks.
In the house.
Where you at?
In the house.
Where you at?
In the house.
Oh. Twist hooks.
In the house.
Right here.
In the house.
Twist hooks right here.
In the house.
I don't give a shit. I don't got a jersey on.
Don't have to have no jersey.
Look. We're here to make everybody better. We're here to make everybody catch fish. We're here to celebrate that everybody catches fish. Look, we trying our best. We trying our best. Stuff ain't working with us, but we're trying.
My brother.
My brother. All right.
We love y'all.
I hope we laid down real shit for y'all. I hope y'all are listening. Huh? I hope y'all are listening. Cause we laid down some real shit.
I love you, bro.
I love you too. He's out. He's out. He's out. I'm trying to talk to y'all. I hope we lay down some real shit.
I got to go.
Get out of here.
I love you.
Love you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go until I have to. All right. Look, I love him, but I love y'all. I love y'all. Look, that's that's what makes the whole fucking thing worthwhile. Huh? Y'all make it worthwhile. I love you. You got something in the comments? You got something to question? You got something to ask? Now's the time because we about to shut down. About to end broadcast. That's what's up. That's all I got. I wish we had some better wording for Tag and Tails. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I wish we had some better wording. Is what it is. I don't know what you mean by I'm totally safe, but what it is. Come to Iowa. You can get with us and we will head to Bama. I mean, I'm in on that. Go to Iowa and then head to Bama. Yeah, that's the best way of action. So bored and drunk, I feel like I'm not hanging out. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. I really am. Trying to include everybody. I'm gonna move to Iowa so I can deer tag for $20 instead of $600. This is the third year putting in putting in $600. I mean, you might be retarded. I'm just saying, you might be special. You paying Iowa fees. That's all I'm saying. Night, bro. Love you. Yeah. Thanks for hanging, Tag and Tails. Sorry you couldn't hang till the end. Night, y'all go to bed. Yeah, I mean, I need it. Trust me, I need it. Trust me, I need it. But, yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Maybe I should just type to you. Jesus fuck. Delete. Not Takes it all fucking retarded. Huh? Get that, girl. Not gong, get it. No, not gong. Not gong, get it. Get after it. Huh? Guess what? I've been drinking. Just say, I've been drinking. You want to keep going? You're going to talk to drunk me. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here we go. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? 8 seconds. 8 seconds of Jack. 8 seconds. I mean, I had another Coke and whatever, but here it is. We're gonna replace it with Miller Genuine Draft. Miller Genuine Draft. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, good stuff. Night, y'all. Go to bed. Y'all need it. Yeah, I mean, fucking right. I need it. Agreed. Where you at? Come on, baby.
Your captions totally just said, guess what? I'm mango.
What?
Your captions on the bottom of the thing.
My
said,
couchins?
the captions?
Captions?
Yeah, like the whatever.
Some mango?
It said, guess what? I'm mango. It's while you were in the fridge.
Perfect.
It was funny.
I mean, cool. I didn't see none of that.
Are you really about to drink MGD? Don't do it.
I did Jack Daniels mixed with MGD because I didn't have a Coke.
Here. Oh, you've already mixed it.
Where have you been?
I've been at the house. I had to fix my printer.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Look, we're trying to get people. Come on.
Where are we getting people from?
Huh? I don't know. Come on, motherfuckers.
So you already mixed the MGD with the Jack.
I just did. Yeah. I'm just going to post that. Come on. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm done.
Besides, we were doing that next week.
I don't know. They just say.
I thought you and Chris talked about it earlier.
Oh, Chris and I didn't talk about shit. You were just like, oh, just gonna do my poll, you fucking assholes. Yeah. Huh? No, for real.
About me being able to fish with it, and I can't.
Yeah. So you tell me. I don't give a shit.